fewer stress lines. Oh,
What's a panika?
Search like never before.
Adelante.
Thank you for the members sending in the questions. The final chapter is called The Next 10 Years, Chapter 5. Chapter 5. In the next 10 years, whether it's with the foundation, the media, the investments, the agency, what's the biggest goal you want to achieve?
I want as many as the businesses that I'm really fully invested in, either financially or from a mindset to be just successful. I want them to be, again, cross-pollinating in terms of audiences or just business process and frameworks. I want my football media company to be the biggest out there.
Let's narrow down on that. The biggest. What is biggest to you? Subscribers, revenue, shows? How do you define biggest?
Yeah, I think revenue is one of them, but also premium, best content. If you're thinking about football content, I've got to go there. Can't miss that. I want it to be the one where you go, that's one I've got my notifications on. That has to be part of my makeup weekly. I want to be that first thought for football outside the 90 minutes.
Okay. Agency. How do you define success in the agency in the next 10 years?
Agency, definitely revenue and quality of players that we have and network in terms of brokering. All those three elements there we need to improve on. Our focus is on doing that. We will do that. And building great human beings.
If Jesse Derry becomes a £200 million player and you do the deal, you broker the deal for a club, you will make a lot of money as an agency. Do you therefore become the best agency because you facilitated that deal? Or is there other metrics outside of that?
I think there are other metrics. I think a lot of the agencies are defined by what you do, and it's in black and white who's making the most money. The people that make the most money aren't necessarily the best agents. They have the best players more often than not.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't necessarily say they're the best agents. But it is definitely a marker that you look to and go, we need to get nearer to that. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, those guys that are near the top, 99% of them, they've had massive outward or massive investment from outside and international investment from huge companies. Now, we haven't had that, and that's not an excuse. It's just that there's a difference. And like I said to you, it's going to take us longer to get there, but we will get there.
You want to make Presents the biggest media company in the next 10 years. What's a bold move that you have to make to get there?
Creating more shows, creating different avenues and revenue streams.
Do you think of shows, or do people pitch you shows, or both?
Both. But also there's got to be a balance to how you roll that out. Again, we can't flood the market with loads of new product because I don't think that's a good thing. I think you've got to do it timely. But definitely be aware of different revenue streams and different products you can put to market in different places. And just, again, spread ourselves a little bit. I don't think we should be over-reliant just on YouTube. There are different platforms. Live stream now is a massive thing as well that's really growing. Exploring all of those new avenues, I think, is going to be a big kind of, it'll be a big reason as to why we go beyond what we're doing now as well, being open to being nimble and to change.
On the flip side of the bold move, what's a challenge that you see coming for the media company and for the agency? Let's do two separate answers.
I think for the media company, it's just a saturated market.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming into this market. Do you know what I mean? In different ways. You're coming into the market. You started where you have, but you're going to go on to bigger and better. But in that area, so it's a saturated market. It's maintaining the ability to stand out in a crowd. It's a massive crowd. So many people that are doing football, sport. So it's being able to stay above the norm and the average, even the good, and be outstanding is a big thing for us. And for the agency, I think it's making sure that the team are focused and remain focused, and me being a part of that. I think a big onus in that is on me.
The Rio Ferdinand Foundation has helped more than 10,000 kids, like we said earlier. Tell me, in the next 10 years, how does the foundation get bigger?
We get bigger. I think a massive part of that is funding and maintaining the amount of funding we take in. We do about almost 2 million a year with funding, which is great, and it enables us to reach more young people. But just growing that number is going to enable us to get bigger and to touch more people in that sense. And I think it's quite a simple one with us. Numbers enable us to do that, but also investing that back into our infrastructure and people to give that good, like I said, the soft skills, but also the connectivity between the education and a job, and maintaining that we're not giving you anything. We're creating the opportunity and the pathway to a job. You've got to do the rest.
A few more questions, but before we get there, I just want to say, you, and I'm not just saying this, I'm not glazing you because you're sitting here next to me, are my favourite athlete ever.
Is it?
Ever.
Right.
Number one.
That's mad.
All sports. And you know I like all
like
the sports.
cricket, yeah.
When you signed for Man United, white suit, blonde hair, I don't know why that spoke to me even though I was a kid. I remember that vividly. I used to have my hair plait when I was younger. When I used to get my hair done, I would print off a photo of your cane rows and show the woman who did my hair, this is how I want my style. You were the first to use Twitter yourself, or that I remember anyway. That spoke to me. There was a lot of company-managed Twitter accounts in the early days of Twitter. But you were on Twitter talking about music, the tunes that you liked, all that kind of stuff. I just felt that you were ahead. It doesn't surprise me that you're building the YouTube empire that you are now. I watch most of the Rio Ferdinand Presents content. So the fact that you're here with me today is like an honor. So firstly, I want to say thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you for being here.
No problem.
I have 2 more questions for you. One's a prediction. You made a lot of money in your footballing career. Do you think you're going to make more money post-retirement than you did in your playing career?
Absolutely. Trust me, I don't put in the time and the effort away from my kids. Like, this shit makes me emotional. Like, I don't do this stuff like to maybe. Like, I will 100% absolutely outdo anything I've done on the football pitch, financially or even impact. What I'm doing with my foundation is impact. What we do with a agency will be impact with finance. But the other stuff outside that, 100%, like, in the next 5 years, easy.
Okay. Final question. If we sat down in 2036, when we sit down in 2036, what headline would you love to see written about what you've built?
It's not just football that we now know Rio for. And then I'll let that next bit, it's going to play out to what it'll be.
Very clear. Rio.
But something positive and impactful.
Thank you for being on Off the Pitch.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
I love what you do, man. It's great.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Please don't take me on. I just don't want to go to work.
Adelante.
Una disculpa. Tú sabes que te quiero. ¿Qué pasa?
Absolutely. Okay, so Rio, we have the Rio Ferdinand Foundation. We have Rio Ferdinand Presents. We have the New Era Agency. We have your investments. You're an investor. We're going to get into all of those today. But before we do, I'm just fascinated by you and your career. You're building a business empire right now. I see it in plain sight. Did you always know you were going to be in this position, or were you in those QPR changing rooms thinking, flipping, no, I need to do something else?
No, you know what? I've always been a bit of a... when I look back on my life, I've never wanted to be pigeonholed. I've never wanted to be someone... I never felt comfortable with someone could just put me in a box and leave me. And I almost took it as an insult and said that that's you and that's what you got to stick to. I was always curious as a kid. I was always wanting... Like, I've always talked about... I've done ballet as a kid from South London. You know, it's like from South London on the estate to go to ballet in like one of the top 2 ballet schools in London, like in the poshest place with the poshest kids, Russian teacher. Like, that's not something that's quite normal to do. Do you know what I mean? But because I'm curious, I want to test the boundaries and push the envelope a little bit. And that's the way I've been all the way through my life, in whether it's football, business, and so. See, I was always preparing for when I retired. Like I had an online magazine, won awards, digital online magazine before anyone was really doing that stuff. Interviewing the likes of 50 Cent, Roger Federer the day after he won, broke the record at Wimbledon, LeBron James, Will Smith, Drake. Like I was still playing these times. So, but I was always thinking about maybe that puts me in an area where people can see that I can hold a conversation, I can do an interview, I can build a magazine with a team that I put together. And it just, I always thought that when I retire, I want options. As long as I had options when I retired, and I'm in a good place. I didn't want to retire and be reactive to retirement and think, shit, what am I going to do? Yeah. Like, so doing that and being part of an agency with a view to being an owner when I retire, those types of things were like, they were calculated.
White vertical stripes. The modern shirt, they're slightly thicker, I think, when you get close up to the people wearing that shirt. And they've got sort of black trim on either side of the stripes, which makes them stand out just that little bit more. One of the great sights in world football, watching the Argentina national team. But Austria will want their say today as well. I'll give you the two-team lineups in a second. One change for Argentina. That has come at right back. Gonzalo Montiel, the man who scored the winning penalty against France in Qatar 4 years ago, unavailable today. So Atletico Madrid's Nahuel Molina plays at right back. And Austria have made 3 changes for this one. Kevin Danso in at centre-back, in for Lienhart. Paul Vanner wins only his 5th cap. Vanner, the 20-year-old who plays for PSV Eindhoven. He's in for Mvena. And up front, Michael Gregoric, who scored the crucial late equaliser against Bosnia-Herzegovina in qualifying to make sure that Austria didn't need to go through the playoffs. He is in up front for Sasha Kalajic. Argentina possession in the early stages, just over a minute played. The ball is passed across by Alexis McAllister. Wide it comes to the right to Molina. There's Messi's first touch. Delicious little layoff. There's a second one as well. Just tickles a pass back into his own half. And Argentina already moving forward fluently. Here's Almada, slides the ball in. That'll be chased to the byline. Cross comes in, hits the side netting. Goalkeeper had it covered. Goal kick for Austria, and offside flag was up, so wouldn't have counted. Anyway, Argentina 0, Austria 0. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, and it was offside in the end. Enzo Fernandez sort of on the drift in that midfield area, just going out to that left-hand side and sliding a ball through to Almada. Very fluid Argentina will be throughout this game. Interesting to see how Austria approach it. It hasn't been like a really high-tempo start from Austria. They're happy to sit off and have a mid-block against Argentina. As soon as it goes into the centre of the pitch, they are pressing. We expect real intensity, don't we, from Ralf Rangnick and his team?
We do. That is what they're known for under him. Goalkeeper Alexander Schlager of Salzburg clears with his right foot. The ball drops inside the Argentina half. No Austrian player. They're in the red-bodied shirts, dark sleeves, white shorts and red socks, and they stand off Argentina, as Chris says, as the defending champions start to build inside their own half. Romero takes a touch, plays it wide to Molina, gets the ball caught underneath his feet, nearly lost it there, scrambles a pass down the right to De Paul, comes across the halfway line, Fernandez towards Messi, brilliant vision, first time pass, now it's slid through the middle, Lautaro Martinez closed down by 2 Austrian defenders. Argentina scream for a penalty there. Messi's concentrating on the ball, tries to dribble through 2 men, can't squeeze through that gap. VAR we'll have a look at the challenge on Lautaro Martinez, who is down, hurt inside that Austrian penalty area. For the moment, it remains 0-0.
Yeah, it was slick as anything. Argentina playing out from the back, and Austria with a ferocious press. Argentina playing through them, cutting them open, and then just at the point where Lautaro Martinez was going to shoot, well, about 12 yards out, the challenge comes in. I think it may have been from the right back, Posh. And I think he gets the ball. Does he get the man before the ball?
Oh, interesting.
I tell you. Lautaro Martinez still down.
Schlager, the midfielder, Xaver Schlager, and Stefan Posch, the right back, both saw the danger, both made the challenge sliding in. There might have been one of their boots that got a touch on the ball, but both of them caught Martinez. I think he's been carrying a bit of an ankle problem at the World Cup as well and seems to be in some pain. While he's down receiving treatment, video assistant referee Qatari Kamis Almari will be looking at that. Chris Sutton's got eyes on it again. Posch gets studs to it, doesn't he?
He does, but does he get Martinez before? Oh, he does catch him before, doesn't he? And then he gets the ball. So a double team from Austria, and Martinez hobbling off, but I think they get away with one there, you know, Austria.
Argentina 0, Austria 0. The referee, who is Amin Mohammed, the Egyptian, has the match ball in his left
well,
hand.
there we go. They've taken a while, haven't they? But, I mean, you know, my initial reaction is contact on Martinez, and there should be a penalty awarded here.
Also, why is the referee walking all this way away from the Austrian penalty area? Well, I suppose if the penalty's not given, the drop ball is there inside the Argentina half.
He's ready to drop the ball, but
maybe he's ahead of us in terms of the communication he's getting.
It's when was the contact on the ball?
Yeah.
Was Lautaro Martinez taken out before? I think he was.
Well, referee said no penalty on the field. If they consider it's a clear and obvious error, he will be sent to the screen. He'll have to make his own mind up. Drama in the early stages in Dallas. 5 minutes gone. Argentina 0, Austria 0. And if it is a penalty, we're talking about the record that Lionel Messi is chasing today. That will be an early chance to go right to the top of the list of World Cup scorers. He's coming over to the screen. I think the moment might be coming. Lionel Messi, look at him actually, not looking at the ref, not looking at anyone else, bends down, pulls his socks up, knows very shortly he might have a chance with that wand of a left boot to try and stroke a penalty home, put Argentina in front and move ahead of Miroslav Klose as the record scorer in the Men's World Cup.
I'm not often right, but I do believe that Stefan Posch takes Lautaro Martinez out and then gets the ball. This should be a penalty. It's an error.
Schlager, I think, gets the ball. I think if Posch doesn't make the challenge, Schlager might have been okay. Posch isn't sure his teammate's going to get there. Referee out onto the field, draws the rectangle in the air, and here comes the announcement inside the stadium. Well, I think that reaction tells you everything. The Argentine fans cock a hoop, baying for a Messi goal, and look at Messi. Messi like he's in the playground, like he's on the streets playing football here. Head down, ball at his feet, at a steady walking pace, just prodding it a yard or two in front of him each time. And Alexander Schlager, the goalkeeper, the Austrian goalkeeper, in bright yellow away to our right, is waiting for him, and he's going to try and engage in a bit of verbal sparring with modern football's greatest player. Let's see if that's wise or not. Messi now has the ball in his hands, pops it down on the penalty spot here. 70,000 eyes trained on Lionel Messi, who might be about to make some very special footballing history. First World Cup played in 1930. If this goes in, he becomes the record scorer. Utter concentration on his face. Couple of deep breaths, hands on his hips, goalkeeper's waiting on the line, the whistle blows, Lionel Messi, oh, he's put it wide! I cannot believe what I've just seen here in Dallas. The goal beckoned, history beckoned, and Lionel Messi has missed the target. 0-0.
Yep, and Schlager celebrates the Austrian goalkeeper. It's a slow run-up, wasn't it, from Lionel Messi? Watching Schlager all the way, and then at the last minute, just left-footed, of course, dragged his shot wide of Schlager's left-hand post. I don't think any of us can believe the stadium. What a strange atmosphere now inside the stadium.
What is shock? Austria First bit of possession for them. Rodrigo de Paul makes a block and it goes out for a throw on the left to Austria. Argentina, Emi Martinez in goal, Molina, Romero, Lisandro Martinez of Manchester United, and Facundo Medina at left back. De Paul, McAllister, Enzo Fernandez and Thiago Almada, another one of the Atletico Madrid players in the Argentina squad. He's wide on the left. Lautaro Martinez fouled for the penalty, still waiting to come back on. And Lionel Messi, well, we were not expecting that. Everything he touched in the first game turned to gold. And here, early in this game, didn't even make the goalkeeper make a save. And Schlager went the right way as well. So that penalty would have had to have been very precise if it was going to beat him. The ball is headed forward down the right-hand side by the 20-year-old Paul Vanna. That is a foul on Medina. And that'll be a free kick for Argentina in the left-back position. Alexander Schlager then, the Austrian goalkeeper. And the thing is, Chris, he's not going to be able to say in years to come that he saved the Messi penalty, but maybe he'll be able to say, well, I put him off.
Psyched him out.
Psyched him out. Well, he did have a word with him, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, Messi's not going to worry about that. It was just poorly executed, wasn't it?
You ever done that?
Messi is human, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know.
You ever missed the target, Chris, in a competitive game of football? Yeah. I'm not being naughty though.
How long have you got?
Yeah. Chris Sutton with us here inside the Dallas Stadium. Dramatic start. This is Argentina against Austria. 10 o'clock tonight, it's France-Iraq. That game's on BBC television, but as with this one, go via the iPlayer. You can listen to Ian Dennis and Pat Nevin with the 5 Live commentary, and then Erling Haaland back at it in the early hours UK time, 1 in the morning. That is Norway against Senegal. 10 minutes in, Austrian team, very quickly, sorry Chris, Schlager in goal. Stefan Posch, who's playing with a protective mask around his jaw.
He looks like something from Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Doesn't he?
Like Hannibal Lecter, he does, you're right.
Yeah. Don't think that's a good look.
No, well, but he needs it. Took a big knock, bravely out there for Austria. Kevin Danzo's come in for Philipp Lienhardt at centre-back, so it's Danzo and Alaba, and Konrad Laimer of Bayern Munich is playing at left-back in this game. It's a Leipzig pairing as the pivot in central midfield. That is Niklas Seifelt and Xaver Schlager. Romano Schmidt, who scored the wonderful curler against Jordan in the first game. Paul Vanna in the number 10 role. Marcel Sabitzer, big game for him. Only the 5th Austrian to reach 100 caps. This, his 100th appearance for the national team. And Michael Gregorich as the centre forward.
Yeah, and he's an interesting battle, that, isn't it? He's their lone striker. Bit of a beanpole, isn't he, up against little Lisandro Martinez and Christian Romero.
So free kick Austria, central position just inside the Argentina half, floated to the left, headed across the Argentine penalty area. Lisandro Martinez is up to win the first header. The ball drops down on the left. Kevin Danzo over there wide left, does really well to hold on to it. Gets another go. Sabitzer plays it to him. Cross to the edge of the penalty area, is headed away. Volleyed high in the air, dropping down on the edge of the Argentina box, and Medina powers 2 headers away in quick succession for Argentina. It's got a little bit scrappy there. Now the ball is played long into the Austrian half, chased down not by Lionel Messi but by Lautaro Martinez of Inter Milan, and it remains Argentina 0, Austria 0. Back at Westminster with Claire McDonald at half-time here on 5 Live. After this game finishes, Steve Crossman will pick up. He'll be chatting World Cup from 8 until 9 o'clock. Another news block then on 5 Live from 9 till half 9, and then the build-up to France against Iraq. And Austria starting to settle here in the stadium, I think still just in a little bit of shock after the Messi miss from the penalty spot. Here's a Laimer with his right foot, pass down the left wing. Sabitzer tries to force one through. That's blocked by Molina, and it goes out for a throw in to Austria. Attacking position on the left. 13 minutes in here inside the Dallas Stadium.
It's a foul, yeah. It's a really daft challenge on the edge of his own box from Alexis McAllister.
On Vanna.
Young Vanna from PSV, playing in that number 10 position. Lets the ball just go across his body to take it on his right foot, his back foot, as the ball's thrown in from the left-hand side. And this is an opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, testing one for the goalkeeper here, Emi Martinez, because there's options for Austria. The ball's about level with the penalty spot. On the left-hand side, couple of yards outside the area. Vanna won the free kick. Sabitzer is there, who could hit it with his right foot, and what he could try and do is curl it round that two-man wall. Is that Messi doing the dirty work on the left-hand side, the right-hand side as we look at it, of the Argentine wall? It is. Not the tallest. Here comes Sabitzer with the right foot, goes low into the near post. Argentina deal with that well. Almada takes his time, plays out to Messi. What a wonderful first touch. But walks into a challenge there, loses the ball. Danso plays it forward, scraped away by Molina. Messi gets another go. Brilliant image that. 4-5 red shirts chasing the genius that is Messi. They've got the ball off him, and here's Vanna. Vanna, who started well for Austria, plays it to the left-hand side. Alaba is tackled. That reminds me, Chris, of that great image. Semi-final 86, Maradona. There's a brilliant still photo where all the Belgians are sort of watching him. He's got the ball at his feet. That was just a cluster, wasn't it, of red shirts.
Yeah, they won it back.
They won it back.
Messi was Gegen-pressed, wasn't he?
He was indeed. Counter-pressed. Gegen literally translates as against in German. Here's Austria. Vanna trying to turn on the edge of the penalty area. Enzo Fernandez can't get the ball away. I think they're appealing for a handball. Referee agrees. Free kick Argentina. Not going to get it all their own way. Fascinating start to the game. Quarter of an hour in. Argentina 0, Austria 0. And if you're just tuning in, Lionel Messi, we're seeing it again on the TV screen in our commentary position here, has curled a penalty, an early penalty, wide of the goal.
It's not just a little bit wide, it's a yard and a half. Why, that was messy from Messi.
It was as simple as that, Chris. Romero floated past, chested forward by Enzo Fernandez. Danso clears. Messi on the ball again, looking for Lautaro Martinez. Enough on the challenge from Alaba just to divert it from his path, and then Posh with the black jaw protector on gets the ball down the right. Here's Vanna again. Vanna, that's a clever pass, chipped over the top to Sabitzer. Ball bounces down, goes with the first time ball to the far post, covered by Medina. It runs all the way through the penalty area, collected over on the right by Schmidt. Good little run made by Seifert down to the byline, and I think that went out of play. Yeah, flag is up, and that'll be a goal kick to Argentina. Argentina 0, Austria 0. Here's Chris Sutton.
They're feeling the way into this game, aren't they? Austria, and Vanna, clever ball halfway inside the Argentinian half to Sabitzer, who's playing off that left-hand side for Austria. And he put a beautiful ball in, didn't he? A loopy ball. And Martinez stayed on his line, but there were no takers for Austria at the far post.
Alexis McAllister's had the haircut very short for this tournament. Number 20 on his back, shirt untucked, black numbers, which you can see clearly on the back of the light blue and white stripes. Lisandro Martinez bringing the ball forward, walking pace for Argentina. Rolls it across to Romero. Romero stops it with the studs of his right boot and fires it back low across his own half to Martinez. Wide it comes here to Medina, one of those who plays with the socks rolled down and the tiny shin pads tucked in there. McAllister's got to be careful here. Tackled but fouled by Paul Vanna. So Paul Vanna, Chris, was playing for Germany in the under-21 European Championships last summer, beaten by England, of course, in that tournament. England winning that championship. Born in Austria, Austrian mum, German dad, grew up in Germany, but playing here, first major tournament football for Austria. He's had lots of nice touches early in the game. Alaba heads it away. Seifert, the Seifert-Schlager partnership, absolutely crucial for Austria in that midfield. Loose clearance, controlled by Lisandro Martinez. Played forward, here's Messi, couple of touches, ball jumps up on him. Finds Almada again. Almada looking for the run of Lautaro Martinez. Back into his path. Here he is. Oh, nearly an own goal. It was Messi who was dancing through. The ball was taken off his toe, and Schlager's made a brilliant save with his right foot to keep that out of the back of the net.
Yeah, would have been an own goal, wouldn't it? I wonder whether Lautaro Martinez was offside actually earlier on in that move. I thought he had just drifted
Ball played in from the left-hand side. Cross it comes to Romero. A lot of Argentina possession at the moment. 19 minutes played in the first half in Dallas. 5 live from the BBC. If you're on the move, available via the BBC Sounds app as always. All the World Cup podcasts are there for you. Rick Edwards and Lloyd Griffiths with the Football Daily, which has been recorded on the West Coast in LA every day. We'll be there for you again tomorrow morning. Emi Martinez, as the ball is cleared down to him, a man all alone, enjoying the solitude in this cavernous stadium. Passes forward to Alexis McAllister, who's sitting deep at the base of the Argentine midfield four. Romero, incisive forward pass, lay off to De Paul, comes from Molina, back to Molina on the right. McAllister now in a more attacking position, plays it across to Lisandro Martinez. There's the left back Medina. You've got Molina and Medina as the two fullbacks for Argentina. Messi, plenty on that pass back to Lisandro Martinez. Nice ball up the middle there towards Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez caught his man as he tried to control the ball. Referee didn't see anything wrong with that. Schlager jumps, loses out in the aerial challenge. Messi goes as if to try and win it. Sabitzer tries to take it past Molina, gets another go here. Marcel Sabitzer, long hair tied back at a tight bun at the back of his head. And Lautaro Martinez has caught Konrad Laimer here, and Laimer's in pain. That'll be a free kick to Austria, 0-0.
Yeah, Konrad Laimer, such a versatile player, isn't he? Left back today. I think he's played virtually every position out there for his club Bayern Munich. Yeah, he's back to his own goal there, and Lautaro Martinez picks him up. He catches him just as Laimer is going to pop the ball back to Schlager. Is that De Paul down? I think it is De Paul down.
Right.
Rodrigo De Paul down. Set on his backside. Now he's up.
If that's yeah. He's another one with the socks rolled down. Was watching him in the warm-up, heavily tattooed left leg. He is vital. Started every game in Qatar. Plays club football with Lionel Messi. He's known, Chris, as Motorcito, which means little motor, because he does all the running for Messi and lets Messi get on with the fancy stuff like taking penalties.
Yeah, he's an intelligent player, isn't he? And they played quite a narrow midfield. Enzo Fernandez playing tight off that left-hand side. And they get the width from the fullbacks, don't they?
They do indeed. Free kick is taken for Austria. These two nations have never met at a major tournament. Played each other twice before, both games in Vienna. In 1980, Argentina went there, won 5-1. Diego Maradona scored his only international hat-trick in that game. 10 years later, a 1-1 draw in Vienna. Ball forward from Alaba. Gregoric lays it off, nodded down by Sabitzer. Comes back to Schlager, 30 yards out in a central position. Played to the right and Posh. Posh's cross might drop. Sabitzer hits it first time. Romero's in the right spot there, blocks for Argentina, and it goes behind for the corner. Hydration break is on the way shortly. Goody. But I think we'll get the Austria corner out of the way first.
You know, it's a brilliant ball from Posh. Just stands it up at the far post, and Vanna, I think he was saying he was pushed, but I thought he should have done better with the header there. A bit more commitment from him.
Sabitzer about to take this corner. Referee spots a bit going on in the penalty area. It comes in now. Good delivery, headed away. Messi will get there for Argentina. Slightly off target with the pass back to Medina. Then chips another ball for Molina, I beg your pardon, to chase. He's the right back over in the left back position. Can't get there, and it goes out for an Austrian throw.
Easy to get those mixed up, isn't it?
It's a nightmare. One of them's wearing 25, one of them's wearing 26.
Yeah. And then we've got, well, there's the hydration break. Then we've got the lots of Martinez's, haven't we?
We've got Emi, we've got Lautaro, and we've got Lisandro.
And we've got a couple of Schlagers with Austria.
And a couple of
Everybody
Schlagers.
loves a couple of Schlagers.
Yeah. Could almost do the Christmas song there, couldn't you? 3 Martinez's, 2 Schlagers and a something and a something. Anyway, we'll work on that one. Hydration break inside the stadium. You heard the reaction again, Chris. These are getting less and less popular, and I think different sets of fans are picking up on it. They just don't like 4 quarters of football and don't feel the need for it. we've gone into all of this before, but we're under a roof here.
Yes,
It's cool
yeah.
as you like in here. We don't need this in these conditions, do we?
No, absolutely bang on the point you make about the roof. It's it's cool, isn't it, inside the stadium? I can tell you, the players will not like this break at all. It just disrupts everything, disrupts the rhythm of the game, and I suppose the managers, have a chance to maybe put another plan in place. But no, interesting game, isn't it? Messi with the miss, and then Austria, they're starting to fancy this a little bit more.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders providing the entertainment in the hydration break. Up on the big screen, you can see the actual live performance away to the left-hand side on the concourse, up above the second tier of this stadium. They've got huge windows, Chris, at either end of this stadium, and we will be in here on Thursday doing the commentary for BBC Television. Thursday UK time, so it'll be Friday in the early hours. It's midnight back in the UK, Thursday to Friday, 6 p.m. here, and they're going to need, I'm told, blackout curtains to cover those enormous windows because the sun comes in.
What do you mean they're going to need them?
They're going to need them.
They must have them.
Well,
Jerry Jones will have that covered.
He'll have got that organised, won't he? Yeah.
Well, surely he would. Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff. I wouldn't be criticising Jerry Jones.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
The design of this wonderful Dallas Stadium.
Argentina are done with the drinks. Lionel Messi's got his hands on his hips and thinking, how on earth did I miss the target with that penalty earlier on in the game? If Argentina win the game, they're through to the last 32. The same goes for Austria. We've got Germany, USA and Mexico already through to the last 32 as group winners. All three of those nations will play third-place teams. So 8 group winners, Chris. There's 12 groups here, aren't there? 12 groups of 4 teams. 8 group winners get third-place teams. 4 group winners get runners-up. 8 runners-up play each other. There's slight imbalance there. You could get a little bit unlucky with the draw. We were talking about that, weren't we, with the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia group. Winner of that group comes up against the runner-up of the Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti group. So that'll be tricky.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, isn't it, the way it will all pan out in the end. Essentially, if you want to win it, you have to beat all the best teams.
That's
we get that, but yeah, some teams will get an easier ride than others.
Austrian throw, 0-0. My stopwatch says 26.5 minutes played, although I'm obviously not stopping it during the hydration break, so it's not entirely accurate in terms of the amount of football played. Alaba to Schlager. That is central midfielder Schlager back to the goalkeeper Schlager. And then Danzo exchanges passes just inside his own half with Xaver Schlager. Posh with the protective face mask on. Right back for Austria. When he can get forward, has scored an international goal or 2. Alaba, last couple of seasons absolutely wrecked by injuries for him, but so important for Austria as well. Classy footballer, David Alaba.
They need that experience, that leader at the back, and he is certainly that.
Austria in the red shirts, dark sleeves, white shorts, red socks, playing from right to left in this first half. Floated ball to Lima, the left back, heads it forward. Sabitzer knew that was coming. Collects and controls. Back it comes to Schlager. Schlager comes scampering into the Argentina half. Lima curls one down the inside left channel. Argentina are able to intercept. McAllister just has to use his strength there to hold off the challenge of Gregorich. Loose pass. Austria get it back. Schlager forward to his midfield partner Seifelt. Digs a little pass to his left-hand side. Clever flick from Sabitzer. Chased down the left by Lima, who's got the skill to beat the sliding challenge of Romero. And Austria win the corner.
Did well to win the corner. Lima, a right footer playing at left back for the Austrians. Thought about trying to whip a ball in. The byline with his left foot and ended up just winning his team a corner outside of the right boot. Got a bit of physicality in their team, the Austrians, haven't they? It's a bit...
Christian Romero doesn't mind a bit of that, though, does he, Chris?
He likes a bit of aggro.
Doesn't mind a bit of push and shove. Sabitzer's corner, again, good delivery. Headed up in the air, dropping still inside the Argentina box. Bicycle kick away clears the ball. Argentina work it out to the right-hand side. Argentina have lost possession. It was Lautaro Martinez with the acrobatics to get the ball away. But here's Alaba. Alaba wide to Sabitzer. Sabitzer thinks about a cross with his right boot from the left wing. Instead, short pass down the line here to Vanna. Vanna runs straight into Alexis McAllister. Austria appeal for a throw-in, get the decision. Yeah. Argentina 0, Austria 0.
Yeah, the Austrian throw, a Maradona twirl there from Vanna there to win his team the throw. And he's had a bright start, hasn't he?
Yeah. 40 years to the day, Chris, and I bet loads of our listeners will remember exactly where they were listening, where they were watching, to Diego Maradona with the 2 goals against England in the World Cup in 1986, en route to winning the tournament. The first, punching it over Peter Shilton as he came out to try and deal with it for England. The second, possibly the greatest goal ever scored. We saw a replay of it again on the big screen before the game.
You see, you know, however good Messi is, Maradona will always be, I think,
really?
the number one. Just because you think about the ferocity of the tackling.
True.
In that era, you know, players like Messi and Ronaldo now, nobody's allowed to tackle them.
Yeah, Graham Souness was making that point before this tournament, saying imagine Maradona on these playing surfaces as well with these current rules, because that pitch, I know that pitch at the Azteca back in 1986 was an absolute horror show. Argentina 0, Austria 0. Back to Westminster at half-time on 5 Live on the day that Keir Starmer has announced his resignation as Prime Minister, so Claire McDonald will pick up from us. Then second half commentary here in Dallas before Steve Crossman takes over. Ian Dennis and Pat Nevin with full commentary of France-Iraq. Kicks off 10 o'clock UK time. Argentina coming forward. Messi ball at his feet. Sliding challenge on him. Keeps going. Schlager's there to get a foot in. Crucial intervention for Austria. The ball is swept away. Chased back by Molina. Here's De Paul, who seems to have recovered from his knock. Passes back to Christian Romero, who fizzes one across the halfway line to Lisandro Martinez. Quickly goes wide to Almada. Here is Almada on the left. Enzo Fernandez has made a run for him. Messi, oh, what a pass. First time, goalkeeper's read it, comes back to Messi. The shot is blocked. And is he destined not to score today, Lionel Messi? Looking to see if the assistant referee was going to stick the flag up. Eventually Austria get a free kick, but the Messi layoff first time ball to try and play his teammate in was splendid.
Yeah, it was absolutely sensational, the touch. I think he was onside, actually. Alaba, the Austrian centre-half, playing him onside, but such great vision and awareness. Just a cushion. The pass goes into Molina, wasn't it? And Schlager did well.
Yeah.
Did really well. Once again, the Austrian goalkeeper.
You will know far better than me, Chris, obviously having played the game at the very highest level, but that touch from Messi, because the ball is coming at him fast, so he has to control it. Cushion's exactly the right word, so delicately to take the pace off it, to knock it into his teammate's path. Lautaro Martinez cut back to the edge of the penalty area, looking for Messi as always. Red shirt's in the way. Here's Schlager. Schlager caught in possession inside his own half. McAllister quickly forward to De Paul. De Paul turns and plays back towards the halfway line. And here's Molina.
Yeah, he's not really a dribbler, De Paul is a technician, isn't he? Argentinian midfield, very, very similar type of players, like to come inside and knit things together.
32.5 minutes played in the first half. We knew this was going to be an intriguing tussle between these two. The top 2 seeds in the group came out of Pot 1 Argentina, Pot 2 Austria. Other 2 teams in this group, both losing their first games against these two. Jordan, Algeria play each other at 4 in the morning UK time. Chris Coles and Rachel Coursey will bring you commentary of that if you're a night owl and determined to listen, to watch every single game of World Cup football. Argentina with Alexis McAllister in the centre circle. Cross here to Romero. Romero out to the right to Molina. Almada is on a little trot because he's the left-sided midfielder. Now he's in a central position, just trying to make things awkward for Austria. Gets involved in the build-up. Wide on the left is Medina, the left back who receives the ball now. There's Almada again, but still only 15 yards inside the Austria half. Comes across here to Romero with the jet black hair. Right again to De Paul. Patient possession from the world champions Argentina.
It's a feature of the way they play, Ali, isn't it? Where they'll just slow, and all of a sudden quick, incisive passes.
De Paul, ball at his feet, waves his right hand, wants a run. Messi just walking, just taking up space between David Alaba and the left-back Lima, but not involved at the moment because Argentina have come back to their goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. So we've got Messi at the moment, we've got Mbappe in the next game, France against Iraq. We've got Erling Haaland in action at 1 o'clock UK time. Full commentary of that game as well, Norway-Senegal. And Harry Kane back in business tomorrow for England against Ghana in Boston. Full commentary on that game. Kicks off at 9. Your appetizer, as the Americans would say, before that is in Houston. Chris, you and I are there for Portugal against Uzbekistan, so we'll have to see what Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, will he leave Ronaldo out?
Nope. Ball forward to Messi. Controls it, middle of the Austria half, looking for the runners beyond him. Almada goes chasing. Back it comes to Schlager. Spoons the clearance up high. Martinez does well to leap and win the header. Volleyed forward there by Seifeld. Foul on Sabitzer from Molina. Free kick Austria, 0-0.
Yeah, it was a daft challenge from Molina.
Oh, it's Tony Romo. Dallas Cowboys quarterback. That gets a big roar inside the stadium. Famous Cowboys quarterback. I looked up Dak Prescott, Chris, is the current Cowboys quarterback. I think he gets paid something like $60 million a year. It's a pressure position, though, quarterback. Probably the most high-pressure position, I think, in any sport in the world.
Oh, don't be
No,
ridiculous.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Come on.
The way that game works, honestly.
What about opening bat at cricket? Come on. In the Ashes, opening bat, that's high pressure. So what did Tony Romo ever do then?
10 minutes to go in this first half. Still 0-0. It was Troy Aikman, of course, when the Cowboys won those 3 Super Bowls in 4 years in the 90s. That is a brilliant ball forward. Lautaro Martinez on his own in a way. Argentina trying to get forward and support him. Oh, Enzo Fernandez makes a good run into the penalty area. Angle's getting tight. Cross comes in, but no one there to stick it away, and the ball rolls out into the left-back position for Austria. Cleared away with the left foot. Oh, blimey, Romero went at that. Missed his header.
He's not happy with the beanpole.
Yeah, Gregorich has gone down holding the back of his head. Romero thinks he's faking it. Has a shout at him. Play continues.
But he should stop. If it's a head injury, he has to stop the game.
That's a good
the
point.
Referee.
Argentina keep playing. So the referee's not interested here.
No.
Gregorich is holding his head. Romero's towering over him. Argentina knocking it around just outside the Austria penalty area.
Austrian bench aren't happy.
No, and you can hear the Austrian fans whistling as well. Passing to the Austrian box goes astray, and it comes through to Schlager. So what's Schlager going to do? Gregorich is back on his feet. Let's have a look, see what actually happened to him, Chris. Ah, yeah.
That's the left elbow of Romero. He's really aggressive, attacking the ball, as he always does, and he catches Gregorich. There they go again. That's going to be one to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, Romero coming over the top of Gregorich. Here we go.
Yeah, a few words there from Romero. Bit of aggro.
Exchanged. 5 seasons at Spurs, 6 red cards for Christian Romero. So we know he's got it in the locker if he gets wound up. Gregorich will know that as well. Can see that he's needled the Argentine centre-back. Here's Lisandro Martinez. Right-footed ball across to Romero. 8 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0. 5 Live and BBC Sounds, your 24-hour World Cup station. And that, as Chris Sutton quite rightly says, is a dreadful pass from Christian Romero. Straight out of play for a throw into Austria.
Is he a bit rattled, Romero? It was a terrible pass.
Messi, not rattled by the early penalty miss. Fires the pass into Almada, tearing towards this Austrian defence. Passes it to the left-hand side. Medina's cutback. Almada steps over. Messi gets the World Cup record. Another accolade for the little maestro. Walks onto it 12 yards out. Buries it in the bottom corner. You can hear the reaction inside the Dallas Stadium. No man in the history of the World Cup has scored more goals than that man. Lionel Messi for Argentina, and he's not stopping anytime soon. Argentina 1, Austria 0.
Well, it's magnificent Messi, because he basically starts the move over by the right touchline for Argentina, plays a ball inside, The ball sticks to him and then he pops one inside and he just follows his run on, and Argentina work. Good combination play down the left-hand side. The cross comes in low. Messi's not going to miss another big opportunity. Get an overload, Argentina, on the left. Cross comes in and he's 14 yards out, just striding onto the ball. Uses the pace of the cross to just stroke the ball left-footed brilliantly into the corner. Schlager, the Austrian goalkeeper, is moving to his left. The ball goes back the goalkeeper's side. It's a wonderful, wonderful finish.
World Cup history live on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Miroslav Klose held the record for 12 years. Lionel Messi has beaten it in Dallas today. 17 World Cup goals. Missed the penalty earlier in the game, but that was precise, it was incisive. And again, we've run out of adjectives for years. Magical, mesmeric, masterful. Messi.
Yeah, it's it is
kicking off, isn't it?
A little bit of feisty, isn't it?
Posh.
We've seen a yellow card, yeah.
I think that's for Posh, the yellow card.
Yeah.
To tell you what, Chris, after the goal, there was something going on just before kick-off. David Alaba came forward and was in conversation with one of the Argentina players. Something's happened down there, and it's got niggly.
It's Posh, actually. He runs into Almada, the little Argentinian, just a bit late. He catches Almada, not too Posh to push. He gets a yellow card. And he's saying, what did I do wrong? You know, it's a size thing. I'm bigger than Almada. But he does catch him.
He does.
You don't need to fire up the Argentinians.
Crikey, no. Chris, remember that quarter-final against the Netherlands. I think it was something like 18 yellow cards in the game.
Well, they can play with that aggression, can't they?
Yeah.
But then they have the little artist.
Yeah.
Aggression and artistry.
I think, I agree with you. I think, Messi again, volley pass, just brings the ball out of the air. And that's run out of play by the right back. No, that's Medina. Was that Medina? It was. The left back in the right back position. He's let Messi down there.
They interchange. It's interesting, the whole, we covered the Portuguese game, didn't we? The Portugal game, the Ronaldo debate. Messi contributes, though, doesn't he? In the build-up play to Argentina. Ronaldo doesn't with Portugal.
Schmidt chases the pass down the right-hand side. Argentina get to the ball first. They're in a tight spot here, though, down in the left-back position. And left-back Medina's managed to win them a throw. I think Almada was a little bit naughty there, in the sense that Posh definitely caught him. Posh leans into him with his shoulder and knows what he's doing, but Almada definitely makes the most of it, hoping, I think, that Posh is going to get into trouble. And I think the referee gets that right in terms of giving him the yellow card. 3 minutes left in the first half, plus added time. Lionel Messi with 4 goals now in the tournament, and missed the penalty today as well, so should really be 5. And I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying hasn't won. He's been the World Cup's best player at a couple of previous tournaments, including the last one 4 years ago in Qatar, and in 2014, actually, when they lost the final against Germany. Always caught there, Messi. Messi caught wide on the left wing by Danzo. Messi goes toppling and tumbling, hauled to his feet, smile on his face, but I don't think he's ever been the tournament's top scorer. It's just such a calm I mean, it's obviously what you'd expect from him. Cross comes into him, brilliant step over to set him up, and he just sends it back the other way. Just perfect strike with the instep of the left boot. And kids all over the world, Chris, will be practicing that in the back garden.
Well, it's the knowledge of how to finish. Goalkeeper Schlager on the move, trying to get across the goal, and he's never going to make it back. So just a firm side foot, goalkeeper's side, and that's put him in the lead, hasn't it?
Yeah, this tournament, yeah.
Lionel in the lead.
Jonathan David and Dennis Undav. He's been a bit of a scoring sensation for Germany. They're both on 3.
Well, Andy's got an assist, hasn't he, or 2? And he's
Dennis
not renowned for his assist by the manager, is he? Nagelsmann. dug him out, didn't he? Dug Dennis out.
Argentina 1, Austria 0. Back with Claire McDonnell at Westminster at half-time. Second half commentary on the way on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 10 o'clock tonight, full commentary of France against Iran. Oh yeah, DePaul's down. He's one who definitely gets fired up. He's looking for a bit here with Gregorich. Free kick comes in, was aimed at Gregorich, but he couldn't get there, and it goes behind for the goal kick to Argentina. Now, what's all the booing and whistling about there? Not entirely sure. Emi Martinez, ball in his hands, and he hasn't had to do anything in this game. He hasn't, though, has he, Chris? He hasn't.
He hasn't, but that'll come.
Yeah. Lautaro Martinez battling with Danso. Danso heads the ball away. Enzo Fernandez nods it forward. Lima clears for Austria. Gregorich with his header across the halfway line. Very scrappy here. Gregorich, that's a good layoff, though, into the centre circle. On the turn is Schmidt. Not seen anything of him in this game, but he's fouled there. Although Argentina can't believe that decision. Austria take the free kick quickly, and Lima comes wide to Sabitzer.
He was sized down with Schmidt by Enzo Fernandez there.
Alaba to Danso. Danso back to Alaba. Austria just encroaching into Argentina's territory here. Alaba, left-footed slow pass to Danso. Forward it goes into the inside right channel. Vanna is able to turn. Ball tied to his left boot. Passes across to Schlager. Schlager to Lima. Back it comes here to Alaba. 7 minutes of added time at the end of the first half, and then we'll be taking you back to Westminster. Good run from Vanna, prods the ball to the right, cross comes in from Posh, cleared away by Molina. Lautaro Martinez tries to keep it alive for Argentina, outnumbered, he's lost the ball. There's Danso. Danso, now Vanna, very confident on the ball for Austria. Lima. Messi was close by, passes back to David Alaba for Austria. It comes wide to Sabitzer. Sabitzer's 40 yards from goal on the left-hand touchline. Schlager makes a run for him, moves away from Lautaro Martinez, gets down to the byline, crosses in. Christian Romero in the perfect spot to volley it away first time. Fabulous touch by Lautaro Martinez in the right back position, but he's lost it in the end. Another Austrian player goes down. This time it's Lima.
He's not happy about the challenge. Really not. There's Martinez and Lima. There is a little kick out by Lautaro Martinez at Lima. I get the frustration. So a free kick has been awarded.
Free kick awarded to Austria. On the left, just inside that left-hand touchline, right in front of the Argentina dugout. Lionel Scaloni, I can see, is out and just marshalling the troops for Argentina, who's won 3 major trophies for his nation since taking over back in 2018. Cross comes into that Argentina penalty area, heads are up, it's nodded away. Schlager goes chasing back, beaten to it by Enzo Fernandez, who loves the fight as always. Little 1-2 with Fernandez and the left back Medina. Argentina worked that out really well, and this is the thing, they can do the mucky stuff and the physical stuff, but they've got the magic as well. And here's Messi, dancing dribble, actually loses the ball there, and it goes out for a throw into Austria, just whacked out of play by Molina, who thought he was entering into a tackle there. We're in added time at the end of the first half. Argentina 1, Austria 0. Messi, of course, the goal scorer. Messi, the penalty misser in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, we've been discussing a lot of teams, haven't we, at the World Cup, as you would, but I think we both agree that Argentina, they are the most street-wise team, aren't they? They just know how to win, how to find a way. Wouldn't say that they are the best passing team. You'd probably say Spain on the evidence we've seen so far, but in sport it's all about finding a way, isn't it?
If Argentina win the group, if they win this game, they're definitely through to the last 32. Sabitzer's ball away to the right. If they win the group, it could potentially be a quarter-final against Portugal, which would be the old Messi-Ronaldo, and could eventually be opponents for England if they won their group. You've got to go through a lot of different... I
groups,
know, Chris, I know, and people get annoyed when you do that sort of thing, but possibility of an England-Argentina semi-final, which would be quite something. Messi gets a big roar just for touching the ball with his left foot, standing stock still inside his own half, passes across to McAllister in his bright orange boots. There's De Paul, walking pace. Austria not chasing them.
So in that first game against Algeria, I think I was reading that Messi didn't make one single run in behind the Algerian defence. But even when he comes to the ball, even if you get tight to him, the ball is like glued to his foot, isn't it? Yeah. He has that awareness where he can just wriggle away. The
timing of the run, the finding of the space, certainly for that goal there. I think you and I both feel that, and I'm not taking it, I know where you're going to go with this, Luka Zidane in goal for Algeria for a couple of the goals there, Chris. They all count, I know. Messi scored a hat-trick, but didn't cover himself in glory. The third one from Messi was a wonderful finish. Nothing Zidane could do about that. Here's Almada to Medina.
I mean, he deserved his hat-trick.
I know he did.
If the ball hits the back of the net, it counts. Yeah. De Paul back to McAllister. Closing stages of the first half. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Back to Westminster with Claire McDonald at half-time. We'll bring you up to date with all the latest. Keir Starmer announcing his resignation today. Coverage, of course, on the BBC News website. All the World Cup stuff you need on the BBC Sport website. All the highlights available there via the iPlayer 2. And the Argentina fans strike up in song just ahead of half-time here in the stadium. We've got 90 seconds of this first half to play. Messi's goal separates the two teams. Comes wide here to Medina. McAllister for Argentina. 10 yards inside the Austrian half. Plays to his right. De Paul to Messi, who's hanging out on the right-hand touchline. Messi involved again. Gets it from McAllister. Plays to Lisandro Martinez. Sees Messi coming towards him. Messi just trying to weave his way through that Austrian midfield. Lays the pass off to the left. Back it comes to Enzo Fernandez. Strokes it low to his right to De Paul. McAllister into the feet of Fernandez. Lautaro Martinez drops deep in a little pocket of space to get involved. Lay off to McAllister. Again to De Paul. Passing Austria to death at the end of the first half here. And there's Fernandez. Fernandez outside of his right foot. Plays back to the halfway line this time, though, to Lisandro Martinez. De Paul way down beneath us on the pitch, wide on the right for Argentina. Romero to Lisandro Martinez. Austria not getting close to Argentina here, but no threat on the Austrian goal, so maybe they'll take 1-0 at half-time and reset and go again. Enzo Fernandez this time drops deep. Run made through the middle. Not used there. Wasn't made by Lionel Messi. And all we finished the first half with there was about 50 Argentina passes. Austria standing off them. And Lionel Messi has lit up the World Cup once again. Initially not the way he would have wanted. Making the headlines with the missed penalty in the opening minutes of the game. But this man cannot be denied. He has scored more goals than anyone else in the history of the World Cup finals. And the finish, Chris Sutton, to put Argentina in the lead was delightful. Yep, it was. You mentioned the penalty miss, but it doesn't faze a player of his undoubted quality. The finish was beautiful. Ball stroked in from the left-hand side, and he started the move. He strides onto the ball, 14 yards out, pops it in the corner. In the lead now, most World Cup goals, and Argentina, I think, are well worth the lead, really. Austria haven't really threatened, but they have this ability to just do enough and win games, and other countries don't quite have that sort of ability. They have the nous, they have the no.
I put up there. I think we're
What
doing
about
fine.
Curacao,
I think we're one of the two. I said top dog of the group. So that's all. Okay. Hey, you got to go with you got to.
So you're saying the vibe of CONCACAF right now is top dog?
Top dog.
I would also throw in just the World Cup here in CONCACAF.
We're doing a great job overall.
Top dog. Yeah. The fans have embraced
it.
So
they don't agree.
Look at this American bias. You hear it? You feel it?
I don't know.
You feel it coming in?
Well, you got to throw that into consideration.
Yeah.
the world came to CONCACAF, and CONCACAF has put on a show. So, with that being said, vibe meter for CONCACAF, top dog.
I do agree with US, Canada, Mexico. They've done really well. Mexico,
Remind
US.
them of the other nations that's involved in that same region.
Curacao, Haiti, and Panama.
How did Curacao do in their last game? Just curious.
Okay, fair enough.
Now,
where would you have put them?
And you knew what you were going to get with Haiti, right? It was just
I would
celebration.
have said that they're doing well. They're doing okay. They're not quite top dogs, but they're doing okay. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's a nice little
Well, if you
warm
look at ratings of regions, the CONCACAF region is second with better percentage than other nations, we'll say. So I would think we're doing quite well. This particular moment we're talking about, we still have to watch Panama play again and other games, but I would think that you're looking at, surprisingly, no one thought that Mexico was going to win both games initially. No one put the U.S. to win both games. No one thought Canada was going to win and tie, not lose yet. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, we should be feeling pretty good, man. It's too easy. No one in life, here it is. For me, it's very easy to be negative in life. Everybody's negative. Much more harder to be positive. So I'm always going to be positive with my team, with my region. So yeah, I think we are top dog right now.
All right, okay. We'll give you top dog then.
All right.
Charlie, you've got this one, CAF.
Yes.
They've got 10 countries in this World Cup. Do you want me to read them out for you, just to...
No, I got them.
Oh, okay.
You got them all? Okay.
Yeah, I got them all. I got all 10. The disappointment in CAF would be Tunisia. I think that they're an absolute disaster. But you know what? I'm going to put dominant. I'm going to go with dominant, even though they're probably closer to fighting, but I'm going to go with dominant because Morocco are class. They watching them play against Brazil in person at my life, I was moved to see how far they've grown from that 2022 World Cup, and they were semifinalists in there. This team can absolutely be semifinalists again. They are fun to watch. I'm really moved by them. Senegal, they got unlucky. They played France. They're still a good team. We're going to see today, actually, when they play Norway, you know, just where they are. Ivory Coast has played above their level. They've impressed. They should have figured out a way to at least get a point against Germany, especially taking the lead. But Ivory Coast have been good. And then Cape Verde, come on. That's the Cinderella team of this World Cup. So if I'm going down the list of African nations, it's been such a joy, especially my father coming from the continent. Without Nigeria, who's usually the party, you know, they've just been such a joy to watch, and they've uplifted a whole continent. So I'm really impressed with the performance of CAF.
Yeah, DR Congo getting the 1-1 draw with Portugal as well.
Super impressive.
Yeah.
And I've been saying it for a long while. Defensively, they're one of the best teams in world football in terms of just understanding the assignment and their connection together. They're really hard to break down. They've shown it in the CAF region, and now they get an opportunity to show it in world football as well. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me, but I'm super confident in what Congo have done so far and what they've showcased me over the last 12 to 18 months as well.
Yeah, I think we've all been impressed as well by Côte d'Ivoire. Do you think Côte d'Ivoire could be the 2026 equivalent of what we saw Morocco do in 2022?
They could be. I mean, I'm not going to write them off.
You think they've got the talent? You've got Diomande in that team as well.
Yeah, I just think Morocco is still the top African team, and Senegal is just below them. So they're probably in that probably the third best African team in this tournament. But again, who's to say you don't get a little luck?
I had Ivory Coast just above Senegal, only because of what they did against Germany. They were fantastic.
They were
absolutely fantastic.
But Senegal was pretty good for, you know,
the first 45 minutes,
yeah.
I went to the game, and I'm telling you, the first 45 minutes for Senegal against France, they should have at least been 2 up. Yeah. And it's what we always say about, especially countries, can they just show a little bit of composure in the final third when you're up against the big nations? And if Senegal had a bit of composure, that could have been a completely...
game for 66 minutes.
They were really good.
And then that's when they had to break down.
How do you feel with my vibe check for
No,
CAF?
I think your vibes are accurate.
Yeah.
I think your vibes are accurate.
We've also had a comment about Cabo Verde as well. What they've done is amazing. Fairy tale of this World Cup so far. I mean, 2-2 against Uruguay, 0-0 against Spain.
Yep.
No pushovers.
Two countries that have won the World
And
Cup.
now they got Saudi Arabia, so they could literally go unbeaten in the group stage.
Yeah.
No
Amazing
pushovers.
story. Amazing story. Okay, on to our next one. JD, on the vibe meter, where is UEFA? 16 countries in Europe playing in this World Cup.
Can I ask for, because I'm an old man, can someone bring the screen a little bit closer to me? Is that what it is?
Top dog, dominant, fighting.
I would say
nervous?
to you, they are fighting. And the reason why they're fighting, they're almost fighting for their lives. They're fighting for their original reputation because they've been seen as the standard in terms of world football for a long while. And what I would say is what I'm noticing about, especially the European teams, that complacency and that arrogance that's been on their shoulder for a long while is catching up with them.
Oh, is it
very much catching up with them.
Is it arrogance or confidence?
No, it's arrogance. I'm going to tell you now, it's arrogance. Yeah, I like that. I know exactly what my boys are going.
I don't think you saw the clip.
No, I seen the clip. I know exactly. Is it confident? No, it's arrogance.
Are you sure it's arrogance?
No,
or
it's definitely arrogance.
You know?
Because they came into a lot of these tournaments, and I think Belgium has been the understanding of such, and thinking, oh, we're okay, we're much better than everybody, because historically everyone should fear us because the notable players are here, or the notable players in world football are recognised in these regions. And I'm telling you now, the rest of the world is caught up. It's no longer a competition as to whether or not they're here. No, they've arrived. The gap between France and Senegal, I watched with my own eyes and broadcasting the game, is super tight. That really tells me in terms of the levels that's there. And that's arguably the gold standard in regards to European football right now. Spain have had their wake-up call. Germany have had spells in which they've been recognised and showcased. So we no longer look at these European nations and say, oh yeah, definitely there's going to be 4 or 5 European nations in regards to in the last 8 of a competition. No, there might only be a couple. And that's rightfully so in terms of the football that we've seen across the first couple of games in this tournament.
Would you agree with that, boys?
I think he's spot on.
What, that the rest of the world are catching up to Europe?
Yeah. I mean, this World Cup is you don't need any more evidence in this World Cup. I mean, you've seen some of the matches, the quote unquote underdogs. The margins are very slim, and they're even slimmer when we're talking about the top let's say 20 teams, right? And there are teams that, for whatever reason, because they come from CAF or they come from CONCACAF, they aren't seen as superior. Well, we're seeing now that if you have the right mentality, the skill level is not that big of a difference, right? And there's a lot of, we talked about it, Brazil, you're used to seeing the flair and the different playmakers, the different styles, Lamine Yamals of the world. Now, if everyone's playing this tactical game and playing in a box, and you don't have other players bringing out the creativity, now you're making the game that much more predictable, and you're seeing that there isn't the difference makers that we would have seen in the past.
When's the last time you saw Brazil play and hit 6 or 7 long balls to their forward? That's what we're seeing now. But we're seeing more of a European style because all the players are playing in Europe. That's what throws me. We're missing that juego bonito. We're missing that little flick here, run there, that little nutmeg here.
Wanting to do the one-on-ones, wanting for wingers. The last time I watched Brazil with that level of flair, and I'm happy they bought Neymar, because hopefully he'll reinstall that back into not just himself, but his teammates. Hey, let's go out and express ourselves. But I haven't seen enough expression yet from players in certain regions. And you'll know, like, when you talk about regional football, like, Brazilians play a completely different way to how Spanish plays. The French play a completely different way to how the Senegalese should play. But right now, because we're so tactic heavy, it's almost as like we're almost seeing duplications of the same players doing the same things over and over again. It's why we're so high on certain players and why we question mark over certain regions now.
Unbelievable! Weaving through. Harry
Good. Well brushed. That's impressive. There's no problem. But good teeth. You can stay up there. I'll come up. Red Bull gives you wings.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, everyone. Time to play What's More Likely. And remember, we are on YouTube today, so you can write down in the comments what you think is more likely in all of these scenarios. So should we get started, everybody?
We should.
Let's get it. What is more likely? Cabo Verde getting another World Cup point, or Uruguay topping Group H? So remember, in Group H, all 4 teams are on 1 point, and Cabo Verde are playing Uruguay today.
And Vozinha, I trust.
Right.
he got them a clean sheet against Spain, so it's probably more likely that Cabo Verde can get a point than Uruguay, who've been pretty underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, I second that.
I also think it's about Spain waking up. I think Spain will wake up, and we're believing in the story. Maybe against Saudi Arabia. That's where Cabo Verde could get that last point. Uruguay just have such a weird identity. You don't know if they fit Bielsa's system. It feels like they want to do something different. So we'll believe in the story. We'll believe in the miracle.
So you're all believing in Cabo Verde. No,
you're going different?
No, I like that. No hope, no hope in Uruguay, like you said. Spain.
It's just for Cabo Verde to get 1 point. Yeah.
Not topping the group. This Uruguay team's pretty underwhelming, and they showed elements of that when we played. The U.S. played them at the end of last year, beat them 5-1, and I was like, this isn't the Uruguay that I had anticipated, and they haven't really shown anything different since then.
So Spain are going to wake up when they play Saudi Arabia today?
Yes, they will wake up. Even with all the concerns about Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal, I don't know if they're going to go all the way and win the World Cup without those two, but certainly enough to top the group.
Okay, pretty easy one then. No one has wrote in the comment yet, so
catch up, everybody.
Not a popular one. Come on, guys. On to the next one. What's more likely, Mbappe winning the Golden Boot or Messi winning the Golden Boot? Oof. Mbappe started with the brace. Messi with his first World Cup hat-trick.
I'll go first. I'll say Messi. Messi, I think, is more of a catalyst for Argentina. The play runs through him consistently. Mbappe, there's more goals out there to share, I think, on that French team with Elise and even Barcola coming off the bench and they just got a plethora of options. Not to say that Argentina doesn't, but I just feel like more of the play runs through Messi. So I'll say Messi.
But with that logic, I would say Mbappe because he has more of a supporting cast that can provide more assists, more balls sent in. Messi, to me, I think they really rely on him. And yes, he's incredible. He's the GOAT. He's gonna score some goals. But look at this France team, and they're all going to score.
I'm with Darren. I love World Cup Mbappe. I think he just has a chip on his shoulder. Everything that happened with PSG winning 2 Champions Leagues ever since he left, all the signatures against him at Real Madrid, I think he is ready to silence everyone. He comes up in the big moments. He's always that guy for France. So I'm going to go with Mbappe.
Underestimating Messi?
He scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He dragged France and then scored his penalty kick. Come on.
Yeah, we just saw Messi get a hat-trick.
Yeah, against Algeria. Mbappe did it against Argentina in a final.
Zidane in goal should have saved 2 of those 3, but that's for a conversation for next time.
Anyone who goes up against Zidane is going to be the golden boot winner.
Want all the smoke.
Someone in the comments has just put Kane. I know that wasn't an option, but do we think?
Yeah, Kane's a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout. I mean, this guy's incredible. Like, I think probably one of the best all-around footballers, no matter if he's playing deeper or higher up. Yeah, that's also a team that I think has more of a supporting cast to provide a lot more assists than Argentina does right now.
He was my pick before the tournament, Kane.
If Kane can continue to take second penalties because the first one gets called back, then I think he's going to be fine.
Oh, you're cheeky, Jimmy. You are cheeky. All right, on to our next one then. Where are we? Portugal. What's more likely? Portugal benching Ronaldo or Vini Jr. leading Brazil to a World Cup final?
Oh.
I'll go with Portugal benching Ronaldo.
Really?
Yes. Just if you look at Brazil, their potential path, I don't see Vini being able to do this. I don't know if he has the character to do that. Roberto Martinez is gone after this World Cup, right? So I think eventually if it doesn't work, he can do it because he doesn't have to worry about the locker room dynamics. I think it's going to take a lot. I thought he was going to be subbed off in their first match when it wasn't working out. If he doesn't get it done against Uzbekistan, then maybe that's when it comes.
Yeah, I agree. I think benching Ronaldo, it's
Get 2 free views.
walls that it feels like it's inevitable that it's going to happen at this point. I think the team is much better when he's on the bench and just has sort of a presence there as opposed to trying to build around him. And you're right. I agree with Marco. I don't think Vinny's the guy that can build on this throughout this tournament.
I think what's interesting is that there's this refusal of acceptance from Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, he's 41, right? I mean, that is, for him to be playing at this level is crazy. And I think that's what makes him great, that he continues to, like, I'm going to prove that I can be the guy no matter what my age is. I can be an impact player. But they would be so much more dynamic if he wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
And Roberto Martinez and his staff have to see that. So I agree with both of you.
You think they're better with Gonzalo Ramos, though?
I think that he won't get in the way of some of the other guys. If that makes sense. I think Ronaldo...
He'll continue.
A bit like an episode of Sesame Street, that. 3, 2, 1... And away we go, second half.
Do you think that we should bring this to the Premier League?
The
Scottish Premiership, what do you think?
Countdown to kick-off. 4 quarters in the game, Chris. Half-time show in the big finals. Could go on for ages, that, which could be a problem. Back underway in the second half. Argentina defending the goal away to our right. Good strength on the ball from young Vanna there. Now he's dribbling. Almada gets back at him. Vanna thought he was caught on the heel there. He's down in pain. Play continues. The ball's fizzing around just outside the Argentina penalty area. Schmidt finds Schlager. Back into the penalty area. Step over there from Seifert. And he should have hit it. And Sabitzer is saying that to him because Sabitzer didn't get a clean shot on the ball. Seifert should have hit it.
Yep. He did a similar thing which Argentina did for the Messi goal, didn't he? Let the ball run. He should have got a shot off his 16 yards out, striding onto the ball.
There he is, Seifert. There's Sabitzer. That's a miscue from the edge of the box, and it's just whacked away by Nahuel Molina, the right back for Argentina. So a minute into the second half. I've not watched a game of outdoor football yet this World Cup, Chris, because the Houston Stadium and this one here in Dallas have roofs.
Are you enjoying the
well, it's
the
different.
atmosphere?
It feels very American. I mean, it feels very authentic, I think, in terms of the American experience at the World Cup. Crossing from Sabitzer on the left. Martinez stretched, gets a bang in the back, but knew it was from his own teammates. So picked himself up quickly, rolls the ball out to the feet of the left back Medina. Comes wide to Almada. He's tackled by Schlager. Throw into Argentina.
Well, Argentina haven't got going at the start of this second half. Look, we're only 2 minutes in, but yeah, Austria playing with a little bit of belief now. They'll feel they can climb this mountain.
Too much hydration taken on board, you think, by Argentina at half-time? Too much is always too much. It's the precise amount that is too much. There's Sabitzer. Sabitzer and Romero's down, holding his right knee. Oh, and then Messi gets one. That's Messi got clobbered there. Schlager was desperate to get back at him. He has poleaxed Lionel Messi with the challenge, and he goes, I think he feels, well, he doesn't feel bad about it, but maybe he's just trying to show contrition to the referee so he doesn't go in the book.
I mean, he has mangled Messi there, hasn't he? Messi, just he sees him coming. He has a little look, sees him coming, and takes the hit, and Sabitzer leaving a bit on Romero, who's holding his right hamstring.
Oh.
So that.
And he missed the last 6 games for Spurs in the relegation battle. That was a knee problem at that time. Stubbly chin, close up there of Christian Romero. He would make, Chris, for one of our social media vids, a great cowboy, wouldn't he? Romero. Oh.
Yeah,
I think so.
we'd probably have to pay him.
Maybe. Romero's back on his feet. He's hobbling here. Argentina take their free kick. And it's back to the goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. 3 minutes into the second half. Emi Martinez in goal. Molina, Romero, Lisandro Martinez and Medina, the back four. De Paul, McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, Thiago Almada, Messi and Lautaro Martinez. And here's Messi again, just creeping forward, daring defenders to come towards him. Sabitzer does so. Messi immediately moves the ball on to Alexis McAllister. I'll give you that Austrian lineup in just a second. Enzo Fernandez passes down the left, gets it back from Medina. Fernandez. Lisandro Martinez passes to his left-hand side. Almada gets it. Argentina still trying to work the ball infield here. Alexis McAllister in central midfield. Floats the pass out to the right-hand side. De Paul's making the run, busting a gut to get there. I think he kept it in. Alaba heads the ball away. Chested down, and Argentina start to rebuild. Just outside the penalty area, and Messi challenged by Seifert on the edge of the box, and Messi, how dare the referee give a decision against him? Says the ball came off Messi's left boot and went flying out for a throw-in.
Yeah, that's just reminded me. You know, we talk about the hat-trick in the first game for Messi, but I mean, he was lucky to stay on the pitch, wasn't he? The old raker.
It was a
challenge,
the back
of the calf.
He accidentally trod on someone. Fernandez boy's got to be offside. Messi there. Flag stays down. Lionel Messi still going. Bumped off balance by Schlager. Then the flag goes up. Messi was going to be allowed to try and take that through and finish, but you could see he was a long way offside.
Yes, and you know, the one thing he lacks is real pace. doesn't lack quickness of mind, but he's I mean, the flag should have gone up earlier. That was an obvious one from the assistant.
5 minutes gone in the second half. Argentina 1, Austria 0. So Argentina's last game in this group might be academic because, well, they want to win the group obviously, but win today and they're through to the last 32. Here come Austria with Lima. Lima does get the ball into the penalty area. Emi Martinez got to be careful, did well there. Came rushing out to meet it. Saw Romano Schmidt coming. Schmidt took a touch, probably thought Martinez might make the challenge. Loose touch went behind for the goal kick, and Martinez stopped himself from making any contact.
I thought it was a poor decision from Martinez in the Argentinian goal, coming out too far there. Schmidt had the run on him, and had Schmidt's control been neater there, that would have been a decent opportunity for Austria.
So Argentina back in this stadium for their last game. That's against Jordan, and Austria against Algeria in Kansas in the other last group game. And those last group games are played concurrently as the groups are decided. And then we get into the real business, the knockout stages. First time ever at a World Cup at this tournament. We're going to have a last 32. Here's Medina, left back for Argentina. Now Molina's got loads of space on the right. Sabitz is blocking the pass from McAllister. McAllister plays it back to Messi. Messi on the move, weaving dribble between defenders, knocked over. 40 yards from goal by Schlager, and Schlager says, well, what can I do? I'm just standing there, and he's bumped into me and gone to ground.
Well, what he can do is not foul. But Messi gets through gaps which aren't really there, doesn't he? It's just, he's so nimble. They're always, I mean, every Argentinian player, every time they're on the ball, they're scanning, looking for little Lionel, aren't they, to provide that spark.
6th World Cup, more appearances than any other player at a men's World Cup. This is 28th today.
This is 38, 35, 38, 40 yards. He's not going to shoot from there. He won't reach.
I doubt it. 17 goals now, the World Cup's record scorer. The one today has put him ahead of Miroslav Klose. Surely not going to take Schlager on from there. Runs at the ball, Messi, and then just dinks it, chips it into the penalty area. Alaba heads it away, drops down on the edge of the box. Messi still careering towards that ball. They get it away from him. Posh gets a foot on the ball. Lautaro Martinez is there to challenge him, and it runs out for a throw-in to Argentina, attacking position on the left. 7.5 minutes gone in the second half. Argentina lead 1-0. Messi the scorer, and Lisandro Martinez goes to win a ball. Seifelt doesn't like the challenge. The free kick is Austria's. There's been a bit in this game, hasn't there, Chris? A bit of niggle.
You know, you think Lisandro Martinez, he doesn't mind a challenge. That was one where he left a bit on. I think it was Schlager there, a little bit of a follow through.
Seen plenty of pictures on the banners around the stadium of Lionel Messi, of course, but Diego Maradona as well, as we were saying in the first half. 40 years to the day since he undid England in the Azteca Stadium at the 1986 World Cup. He was the one as well, Diego Maradona, who, when Lionel Scaloni, current manager, got the job, said that Scaloni couldn't direct traffic. 2 Copa Americas and a World Cup later. Ball up towards the edge of the penalty area. Lima tries to turn. Romero's caught him. Clever from Lima. And Romero just walks away because he knows he's been done there, and that's a free kick for Austria. Left-hand side corner of the Argentina penalty area. Argentina lead 1-0.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Lima. It's a straight ball into him. He's on the edge of the box, and Romero is right behind him, and Romero gets too tight. That's the mistake. We know he likes to get tight, Romero, and Lima just lets the ball run beyond him, doesn't take a touch, and Romero clatters into the back of him. Now can Austria work? Emi Martinez in the Argentinian goal.
Sabitzer, who's got the sort of pencil moustache and the neat goatee, stands over it. You'd think he'd be favourite with the right foot. 20-year-old Paul Vanna is there as well, so there's options for Austria. Emi Martinez standing like a soldier on duty, upright by his right-hand post. 2-man wall behind that wiggly line of vanishing spray. Martinez 2 yards off his line. Whistle blows. Here's Sabitzer, goes for goal. Martinez palms it away. It was away to his left-hand side. Big roar from the Argentina fans. as their goalkeeper makes the save. It remains Argentina 1, Austria 0.
Sabitzer, left-hand side of the box, strides onto the ball right-footed. And Martinez positioned well. He's trying to go into that far corner, which is Martinez's side, and
throw into the penalty area. That causes a bit of confusion. The ball runs to Lisandro Martinez, bounced off a couple of bodies.
That was one of those saves. It was the old camera save, wasn't it? I thought he could have caught it. We're seeing a lot of goalkeepers in this competition just punch everything, catch it.
Just saw a stat flash up on the screen there. I think it said prior to this game, Argentina have only failed to win twice in 37 previous matches at a World Cup when leading at halftime. That doesn't surprise me. 3 times winners, 3 times runners-up, and trying to become only the 3rd team to win back-to-back World Cups at this year's tournament. And you've got a feeling they are going to go a long way again. And how about that if Messi wins back-to-back World Cups with Argentina? Turn from Danso, pass to Posch, layoff into midfield. Schlager is there, gets away from Almada. Layoff from Gregoric. There's Schmidt, right-footed pass across the face of the Argentina penalty area. Sabitzer had to backpedal to collect that. The move's lost a little bit of momentum. Forward from Seifeld. Layoff from Schmidt, edge of the box. Gregoric, that ball just hit his left foot, goes up in the air, drops down 25 yards from goal. Almada prods it back to Medina, and Lautaro Martinez is caught by Stefan Posch, who is on a yellow card. Posch quickly exits stage left. Shakira, Chris. That's what the big roar's for. Inside the stadium, picked out by the cameras up on the big screen. It's knocked out a World Cup tune or two.
I mean, that's nearly as loud as the roar for little Lionel, isn't it?
Right, Nicolas Otamendi is coming on for Christian Romero, so he's not properly recovered from the knock he took in this game. Nicolas Otamendi, at the age of 38, playing in his 4th World Cup, so only Messi, Maradona, Angel Di Maria and Mascherano have equalled or bettered that, and wins his 134th cap, and he's retiring after this tournament. Former Manchester City defender, now at Benfica, on for Argentina, who lead Austria 1-0. Here's Alexis McAllister, so important in that World Cup win 4 years ago, set up Di Maria for the goal in the final. Scored a goal in the group stages too against Poland in a 2-0 win. And remember, start of that tournament 4 years ago, they lost to Saudi Arabia in their first game by 1-0. Emi Martinez trotting out with the ball at his feet. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Martinez under no pressure at all. Wondering when we're going to see Marko Arnautovic on for Austria.
Yeah. Kaladzic, maybe, who started the first game, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, they're all, I think, getting on a bit. The Austrian centre forwards, Arnautovic, he's 37, isn't he? Or 37, 38, but got a fair few goals in qualifiers.
He did. 37, got 8 goals in qualifying. Erling Haaland 16, and the next highest were on 8. Arnautovic was 1. Harry Kane was another. 6 of Arnautovic's actually came against San Marino. Here's Medina.
You were quite scathing of that, weren't you? Like, you know, they don't count.
I presented it as a fact. That's all I did, Chris. And then it's up to you to decide what you want to do with that.
I hope you never go to San Marino on holiday.
Otamendi chests the ball down, involved now for Argentina alongside Lisandro Martinez, and it's easy for Argentina at the moment.
It's just, you know, they're taking the pace out of the game, and Austria trying to press, aren't they? I think they're being a little bit more aggressive with the press in this second half.
Headed away, drops down here to Schmidt. Schmidt prods it forward. Otamendi comes thundering into a challenge and clears the ball. Brilliant first touch by Enzo Fernandez. Cushioned down into the midfield. Not cleared this time. Schlager. Schmidt on the turn. Little trick. Keeps the ball at his feet. Central position 25 yards out. Pokes a pass back to Xaver Schlager. And then Konrad Lima decides to take it back towards the halfway line. And we have played almost an hour in this latest World Cup game. Messi in action first today. Then it's Mbappe for France. 10 o'clock kickoff UK time. Full commentary here on 5 Live. France, Iraq. And then Erling Haaland, 1 o'clock UK time. Norway against Senegal. Long clearance downfield. No one there for Argentina. Austria will start to build again.
No, do you know what though? This game's still there for Austria. It's just that final pass, just the forwards, just not having that awareness, guile, that weight of pass, that effective cross. They're pushing Argentina back, aren't they? You know, I know they sort of play with the back four out of possession, but they build with the three.
Lautaro Martinez gets a foot on the ball for Argentina. Austria keep it. I think Julian Alvarez might appear soon. In fact, I can see two Argentine substitutes getting the instructions and getting ready to go. Otamendi on the half volley, awkward run for him, doesn't get much on the clearance. McAllister is there to mop it up. Lisandro Martinez, left-footed pass out to Molina. Nice passing from Argentina inside their own half. Smooth stuff. De Paul to Messi. Messi straight down the line. Pinpoint. The ball is back in field, and here they come. Sweeping forward and running through the middle of the park now is Almada. Little back heel. Enzo Fernandez. Great block from Kevin Danso, and the clearance is completed up towards the halfway line. Argentina immediately try and turn it into another attack. Chris Sutton.
That's that ability, slow, quick all of a sudden. They're behind the Austrian midfield. Decent strike, wasn't it, from Fernandez, coming in on his right foot, left-hand side. And Danso gets hit. And he goes down, does Kevin Danso. Yeah, he just strides onto the ball, touch with the outside of his right boot, and actually hits him on the arm, doesn't it? But the arm is tucked in from Danso, but looks a little bit winded.
So Danso's recovering. He's going to be sent to the side of the pitch. Did he receive treatment there? Didn't see anyone come on to look after him. But Alvarez and Gonzalez. So that's Julian Alvarez, who was a River Plate player when Argentina won the World Cup 4 years ago. Since then it's been Manchester City and now Atletico Madrid. Wonderful player for Argentina to be able to bring on, leading 1-0 against Austria. And Nicolas Gonzalez of Atletico, who missed the World Cup 4 years ago with injury, is ready to come on too. Playing his football at Atletico last season on loan from Juventus. There's McAllister. Walking pace at the moment for Argentina. Austrian defence set up in two rigid lines, and Argentina trying to move them from side to side. The Albi Celeste in the light blue and white vertical stripes, black shorts, black socks, playing towards a mass of Argentine fans behind that goal away to our left. Looking for Messi. They found him. Here he is in a pocket of space, long way from goal, turns away from Schlager, lays it back to McAllister. Cross it comes to the right, back to Messi. 30 yards out, give and go, possibly. No, loose pass from Fernandez, couldn't find a teammate, cleared away. Here's Alexis McAllister, suddenly bursts forward. Messi again, layoff, looks for the return. Messi prods it with the outside of his left boot, just outside the penalty area. De Paul's cross this time, blocked. That might have taken the wind out of Gregorich's sails as well. He's down hurt.
Yeah, Danzo's back on though. They were a man down, weren't they? Austria. Danzo going off. I think he was winded. Needs to get himself in the gym, really. Build his stomach muscles.
Do a few more crunches.
Yeah.
Michail Gregorich. Right. Julian Alvarez coming on. That's Almada coming off, first of all. And Lautaro Martinez, the other one to come off, and that's an obvious switch. Big roar for Julian Alvarez. Lautaro Martinez today winning his 79th cap for his country. Incredible goal-scoring record in Serie A. 8 seasons at Inter, 175 goals. Took a whack early on, won the penalty. Gonzalez on for Almada. And play is back underway, and we're 3 minutes away from more booing and jeering inside this stadium when we get the second hydration break of the game. There's Gonzalez, first touch, good pass into space. Enzo Fernandez rolls it back to the edge of the box. Messi, couple of touches, ball at his feet, drags the shot. Schlager got a touch, wasn't moving at great pace, might have been creeping in the far corner. Got to be a corner, isn't it? The referee says goal kick.
He did. I mean, we are miles up here, aren't we? In this marvellous stadium, the steep stand. But I'm with you. I mean, Messi dragged his shot a little bit, but Schlager got enough of a contact on it.
So if that's the other way round, wrongly awarded as a corner, those are the ones they can step in and change.
Not fair.
Never fair for the strikers, Chris, is it? Although you play both positions, so sometimes you can be happy.
And midfield. Thank you for following my career closely.
Argentina 1, Austria 0. 20 minutes gone, second half. 5 Live and BBC Sound. Steve Crossman picking up from us after the game. Another hour of World Cup chat. Guillaume Balaguer with his thoughts after Argentina, Austria. Looking ahead to France, Iraq, Norway, Senegal as well. England back in action tomorrow. 9 o'clock kickoff UK time. Game is on BBC television. Mark Chapman for us, 5 Live and BBC Sounds, presenting live from the stadium. And he will be on from 1 o'clock. Our Breakfast in America show. Alan Shearer, Phil Jagielka will be joining him. Chris and I from 6 o'clock tomorrow. We've got another long drive after this one, Chris, back to Houston for a bit of Portugal, Uzbekistan tomorrow. And that'll be followed by England, Ghana. Here's Sabitzer on the left. And of course, as we keep reminding you, game on BBC TV, but John Murray and Paul Robinson, that commentary available for you with the TV pictures via the BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, my son who lives in Fulham, actually, they had a little street at their party and they had us on.
They did, didn't they? Big screen and your voice booming out. Posh to Seifeld across the Schlager. Argentina backing off. That could be dangerous. They only lead 1-0. Not with passes like that, though. He's done well to keep that in play. Sabitzer brings it infield at pace. Takes on McAllister, gets the cross in towards Gregorich. That's what he wants, heads it over the bar. Just couldn't get up and above it to nod it down. It remains 1-0 to Argentina.
Well, Medina getting praise, the Argentine left back, because the lanky Gregorich there would have had a free header. Medina just bodies him and does enough so Gregorich cannot direct the header down. He's a tall guy, isn't he? What, 6'4", I think. And he'd be expecting to certainly hit the target from 6 yards.
Hunky old Medina doing the job for Argentina at the back post. Right, there's a change. Arnautovic coming on. Vanna is coming off. Stefan Posch, the right back, is off as well. Let's wait for the names to appear on the big screen. Triple change. Posch, Vanna, Alaba off. Arnautovic, Alexander Prass and Marco Friedel come on for Austria. So Friedel will replace Alaba as the left-sided centre-back. And Prass, who's often used as a left back. Yeah, Lima goes to right. Yeah, right back. Sorry, Chris, that's your job, isn't it? I'm doing your job there. What's happening?
Well, Lima, the versatile Lima, and as I said, he can play anywhere, can't he? He's come back to maybe to a preferred position at right back. And Arnautovic, we all know, can bring that physicality. He's got a goal in him, hasn't he? Arnautovic, especially against San Marino.
Yeah. 135th cap for Austria for Marco Arnautovic. Not difficult to spot, familiar
got
gait.
A penalty, didn't he? Was it against Jordan? I think he did.
He did. He did indeed. Yeah, late penalty. There was another goal disallowed as well, but he will put himself about. So we've just had a double change, triple change there, which has taken a load of time, and then we'll have a hydration break, which is going to take more time. I don't know why those two things couldn't be done at the same time.
Yeah, well, why would you? I mean, especially if you're Ralf Rangnick, why would you make a tactical substitution and, as you quite rightly say, waste even more time? I mean, Ralf isn't thinking straight, is he?
So the players gather around the respective coaches. Lionel Scaloni of Argentina, trying to become only the second man ever to win 2 World Cups as a manager. Vittorio Pozzo of Italy was the man back in the 1930s. Entertainment strikes up again. What do you make of the stadium, Chris? How about this stadium?
No, it's a wonderful arena. I'm a little bit like you. You mentioned, because the roof is on and we're indoors. Maybe it's because we are used to covering, mostly games in England, or I do a fair bit in Scotland, and it is a different type of atmosphere, a different feel. But I mean, the infrastructure. The stadiums in the States are it's absolutely amazing. I mean, the steep stands here, the atmosphere is Outstanding.
This stadium already has hosted Netherlands 2, Japan 2, and England's win against Croatia. Chris and I here for television, BBC Television on Thursday, going into the early hours on Friday for Japan against Sweden. We'll also host the first semi-final. It hosts more games than any other, actually, this stadium during the tournament. And I know you're not playing fantasy football, Chris, FIFA's game during this World Cup, but you get into the age-old debate. I'm just watching the replay of Messi's goal. The Almada overs, as you guys would call it. So the cross comes in from the left. Almada steps over it, leaves it, doesn't touch it. It's as good as an assist, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Yeah, you don't get an assist for that.
I know.
So yeah, that was back in my Norwich City days. This was late 80s, early 90s. We used to have Sid, Fred, Jack. Sid was the over. Okay, and then Fred was a little touch around the corner with the outside of the boot with the other centre forward behind you, and then Jack was a little back heel. So that was our shout. I wonder what Lionel Messi shouted.
How long would it take the opposition to crack that code, do you think?
Well, footballers are stupid.
You can't say that. Argentina 1, Austria 0. 15 seconds of the hydration break to go.
And how many of the first names would the opposition know if you're playing international football?
Sid, Freddie, Jack. So was that based on anyone, like a famous Sid?
Well, probably. I didn't make it up.
Right.
I just did as I was told.
Yeah. Young man coming into the team at Carrow Road. We're back underway. Throw in.
It's not impossible that Lionel Messi shouted Sid.
That's the question to ask Thiago Almada after the game, or just an instinctive understanding. Chris didn't even need a shout, just knew.
Well, what the Argentinian players do know now is they've got to see this game through, see it out. Even if it's 1-0, Group J, it will be job done, won't it, in terms of qualification?
Yeah, through to the last 32 for the winners, and if Jordan don't beat Algeria, and Algeria would start as favourites in that game, then Argentina would definitely top the group and go through to play the runners-up of Group H. We're back underway. Argentina have won a corner down to our left. They lead Austria 1-0, and they don't look overly fussed at the moment, Argentina, about getting themselves a second goal, but as Chris has been saying throughout the game, they do just burst into life. And here he comes, little Leo, scurrying across to take this corner. Fans getting as close as they can to their hero there, all in Messi shirts, loads of them leaning over the hoardings, with Messi, sweat dripping off the back of his neck as he concentrates fiercely and hits an away swing. A great delivery, headed down and wide. What a chance for Nicolas Gonzalez. Timed the run, met it well, couldn't get it on target. Chris Sutton.
Naughty Nick there, wasn't he? Should have scored. Outswinger from Messi, attacking the ball. He's level with the near post, pace on the ball, just hit the target. Nico, that would have been game, set and match.
Still 1-0. 1-0 to Argentina. Austria having made their triple change. Can they put Emi Martinez to a little bit more work? They've not really been able to do it in the match.
He had the one save, didn't he, from the Sabitzer free kick versus save, which he is going to make all day.
Here's Seifelt, the Leipzig central midfielder, deep in his own half. Argentina pushing them back. Done so to his left.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, Argentina, it's not a full court press because of Lionel Messi. He just saves his energy, doesn't he? Well, that sucks it up, and
that's right.
The other players, they work so hard. When the ball goes into the midfield area, that's when they start really working with the real ferocity.
Lionel Messi has become the World Cup's record goal scorer with his goal today against Austria. 17 to his name now. Again, he's walking inside the centre circle. Austria head the ball forward with Danso. Lima now an attacking right-back position. Schmidt is there with him. Schmidt's an option if he wants him. He's got two blue and white shirted defenders in front of him. Gonzalez does the defending there, gets a foot on the ball. I think Lima didn't get the last touch because Gonzalez chased back hard to keep that ball in play. Chipped down the line to Enzo Fernandez, and Fernandez takes a tumble as Schlager tries to make the challenge improvised. Do you know what, Chris? During this World Cup, some of the referees have sort of allowed a little bit more of that? You know, quite often players will wait for a bit of contact and down they go.
Yeah, I thought he bought that one, didn't he? Just watching the header from Nico Gonzalez, who heads it level with the near post, heads it, gets too fine a contact on it, and it goes 3 yards past the far post. That was a golden opportunity.
15 minutes to play in Dallas. Argentina 1, Austria 0. France-Iraq on the way. Kicks off at 10 o'clock UK time. England back in World Cup action tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Oh, it's kicked off. Lima's been pushed in the chest. He's gone down flat on his back, and the referee's given a yellow card to Facundo Medina. And it's been bubbling away, this game, under the surface, and occasionally it's just boiled over. It was a dramatic fall from Lima. Let's have a look what caused it, what happened. Lima barges in there, Chris.
Well, he did. Well, it's a coming together with Nico Gonzalez, isn't it, at first, and then I think Lima. I mean, he's better than that, isn't he? Hits the deck. There wasn't an enormous shove. You would have stayed on your feet in that situation,
Yeah.
Ali. That's a bit of simulation, a bit naughty from Lima.
It's the classic one, isn't it? Drawing the analogy, you know, if you're outside a station late at night and there's one taxi left to get and someone touches you like that, trying to get there first, you're not going down.
Never go down, no.
Into the last 15 minutes of the game. Argentina 1, Austria 0. Here's Schlager. This game not safe though for Argentina. Lima receives the ball. First World Cup for Austria since 1998. Similar to Scotland, having missed the last 6 editions. Back here, hoping to make it through to the knockout stages, but obviously with work to do after this one. Their last game in Kansas against Algeria at the end of the week. Romano Schmidt rolls his pass to Lima. Lima back to Danso. Across it comes, and confirmation of the yellow card for Medina. It's Marco Friedel now. He's the left-sided centre-back for Austria. Forward into the inside left channel. That is Prass. Prass makes a run. And Konrad Lima was booked as well. Didn't see that as it happened. So the big screen is coming useful there. Here's Danso. Danso's ball is headed away by Enzo Fernandez. Schlager onto it quickly for the red-shirted Austrians. Danso gets a foot in. Schmidt tries to dribble. Stopped in his tracks. Here's Julian Alvarez to Messi inside his own half, surrounded by red shirts. No panic, of course. Turns away from 3. Keeps possession for Argentina.
3 players immediately on him, and he just has a little look, turns into the space, and Argentina back. Comfortable, well, not comfortable possession.
Giving the ball away, and now it's a throw. De Paul frustrated with himself. Austria throw. Attacking position on the left-hand side. Another change coming. Patrick Wimmer is coming on. 25-year-old from Wolfsburg, who I read in my notes was an international weightlifting champion as a young boy, aged 10 to 14. That is young to be pumping iron, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit surprised with that, but it's each to their own.
Romano Schmidt is off.
See if he can bring a bit of power to this Austrian team.
You'd imagine good upper body strength. Here he is. Let's see what he's got. Wimmer. Wimmer's right-footed pass. Lima giving it everything to get to that ball. Slides in, keeps it in play, bobbles across the dead ball line. Martinez is there. Arnautovic came in with a challenge, jumps over Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez has taken a glancing blow on the right side of his head and says something like, "Goodness me, that's sore." Just get a close-up of his gloves there, which have got the Argentinian flag on the Velcro straps and his name in full written across them. It's just a left
there is
knee.
Little left knee. A sore one for Martinez. Arnautovic trying to make an impact. Austria now 2 up top. Got a bit of physicality, so surely you'd be thinking, get balls into the box, wide areas, crosses, go direct. Try and put that Argentine backline under a bit of pressure.
Coming into this game, so this is the 41st match at this 2026 World Cup. 121 goals, so now on to 122, averaging 3 per game so far at the tournament, which has been entertaining. Just the one so far here today. We had the early Messi penalty miss in the 5th minute, but he made amends with his record World Cup goal. And here he is, chesting the ball down. Oh, spins twice, loses his man, curls the pass away to the left. Gonzalez chests it down, and Messi just lurks on the edge of the box, and Gonzalez looked for him, couldn't find him. His pass is intercepted, chested down, and back to the goalkeeper, Alexander Schlager. 10 minutes or so to go, plus a bit of added time. Argentina 1, Austria 0. Incredible the amount of Argentine. I mean, we were here very early for the game. There were no problems with the Dallas traffic. And the gathering of them outside the stadium. And it's the same every major tournament we go to. Brilliantly supported nation, Argentina. Friedel from left back. Long ball down the middle of the pitch. Gregoric chests it down. Arnautovic to his left and cleared away by Molina and behind for a corner. Argentina looking for the offside flag. Argentina going to make a double change. After that, Austria will have a corner. And I think Molina is down with a little bit of cramp. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, well, that was nearly half a chance, wasn't it, for Austria? Long ball, Gregoric using his physicality. It was Wimmer who had made the forward run. And then the ball was popped over the Argentina centre-backs, and Medina got round, didn't he, and made the clearance and thumped it behind for a corner for Austria.
Leandro Paredes is coming on for Rodrigo de Paul. Nicolas Tagliafico is coming on for Medina. Double change. Scaloni's on the pitch, being told immediately by the fourth official, you can't stand there. Gets him back behind the touchline. Former West Ham player once, Lionel Scaloni, and did represent Argentina as a player at a World Cup in 2006 in a win against Mexico. Right, Argentina got a switch on at the back into the last 10 minutes of the game. Corner for Austria, in at pace towards the near post, headed away by Gonzalez.
That's a big chance for Marko Arnautovic. He just missed it completely. Ball fizzed in along the 6-yard line.
Pras's delivery with the left foot. Emi Martinez leaps high, lands heavily, picks himself up quickly, rubs the back of his neck, and he's ready to get on with the game. Holds the ball in both hands. Sidewinder, right-footed volley. Sends the Trionda World Cup football spinning downfield. Bounces once. Chased well by Nico Gonzalez. He goes down, and the referee immediately motions to him, you're not going to get anything for that. Get back on your feet.
It's been good with the refs in this tournament, is that, you know, they've not always been fooled and kidded by, you mentioned, players going down too easily.
Steve Crossman picks up after us after this game is finished. Talking World Cup football from 8 till 9. More news from 9 till 9:30. Keir Starmer announcing his resignation as Prime Minister today. So more details, more reaction to that from 9 till 9:30. And then full commentary on France-Iraq at 10. Ian Dennis and Pat Nevin with that one. Norway-Senegal at 1. Jordan-Algeria at 4.
We're hearing a bit of bad weather in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. Is that where the France game?
Yeah, so that may be a delay, my sources are telling me.
Oh, right, okay. I definitely trust them. 7 minutes to go in the game. Lay off there. Can they keep it in from Sabitzer? Well chased down the left-hand side. Argentina managed eventually to keep that in play. Here's Paredes, one of the Argentina recent substitutes. Back to the dead ball line. Cleared up towards McAllister. Cushions it down on the left instead. Oh, Messi with the touch. Tried to shake it around the defender. Couldn't collect it the other side. Austria have the ball back just inside the Argentina half. Are we going to see a little bit more urgency from Ralph Rangnick's men? Because they'd certainly take a draw. I mean, you were chatting to a fellow who recognised you, Chris, from Austrian radio, didn't he? But he couldn't get your name. He said, you...
Well, how could he recognise me if he couldn't get my name?
He recognised you were a former player, didn't he?
I think at first, I think he thought I was a film star.
Yeah. Pass to the right to Lima. Lima to Wimmer. Wimmer chased by Tagliafico, who was an important member of that World Cup squad for Argentina 4 years ago.
He thought I was Bobby Ewing.
Oh, you look good in that, Chris. The social media vid today on Radio 5 Live, social media feed, Instagram and all the lot. Chris and I have posted it on our personal ones as well. We tried to do a copy of the Dallas opening titles from back in the 80s, and Chris was Bobby Ewing. I mean, could only be Bobby Ewing. It didn't have a JR, disappointingly. That was a bit of a miss from us. But there's only one man, you know, who could play JR, and he'll be commentating on on England tomorrow, and that is the BBC's football correspondent, John Murray.
And here's another change for Austria, and I think Gregoritsch has gone off.
Yeah.
I don't quite get it, but Arnautovic up top with Gregoritsch, why not just go direct? Sandro Martinez isn't the biggest. Otamendi getting on a bit, put them under a bit of pressure. Nothing wrong with going direct.
Kani Chukwuemeka has come on, now playing his club football at Borussia Dortmund. So he's on for Austria. We've got 5 minutes of the 90-plus added time to go. Argentina lead 1-0. The magic Messi moment, the history-making moment in the first half, the left-footed strike for his 17th World Cup goal. Still out there, still strolling around, waiting to burst into life if the moment comes. Tagliafico bringing the ball out from the back.
As if you're Scaloni, you'll be thinking, I probably want goals as well from other players throughout this tournament. You can't just rely on Messi.
Tagliafico's ball over the top. Gonzalez chases into the penalty area. Little flick, sets himself up, shoots. That's blocked. Might be a chance. Driven effort is also blocked on the edge of the penalty area, and Argentina very nearly had a second, but now they've got to be careful because there's an Austria counter on the way. Sabitzer's ball in field. Layoff from Chukwuemeka. Can they get the cross in? Aimed towards the far post. Headed away by Tagliafico. Seifert jumps, drops here to Sabitzer. Half-volleyed pass looking for Arnautovic. Still Austria come. Only trailing 1-0. Lima gets away from Julian Alvarez. Plays it back to Wimmer. Argentina now have men back. Seifert plays it across to Schlager. Schlager, little ball into the feet of Sabitzer. Wide it goes to Pras. Pras fires the cross in low, volleyed away by Otamendi, and out for a throw-in to Austria. 1-0 Argentina.
Yeah, and Austria pushing Argentina back now, but Argentina with a chance at the other end. Look at Gonzalez working it inside on his right foot, just off balance when he got the shot off, but the shot was blocked.
Here's Schlager. Austria attacking, trailing 1-0, last 5 minutes of the game. Chukwuemeka receives it, passes back towards the halfway line, and Argentina just under a little bit of pressure late in the game. Tagliafico, good wrestling, got his body in the way, did well, upper body strength against Wimmer, because we know what he can do. Holds him off, he's fouled, and that'll be a free kick in the left-back position. Just want to see, Chris, who it was who hit the shot on the rebound. Gonzalez hits the first one.
Enzo Fernandez, wasn't it? Gets his head down, laces it with his right boot, but that was a hell of a block.
Argentina leading Austria 1-0. Left-footed ball down the channel. Gonzalez has stopped running. I think he thought he was in an offside position. It comes through to Austria's goalkeeper, Alexander Schlager, who had a little word with Lionel Messi just before the 5th-minute penalty, and then watched Argentina's number 10 curl it wide of his left-hand post. Couldn't do anything about the one later in the first half. It has Argentina in front. Schlager's ball to Schlager. And now Marco Friedel, the replacement centre-back, on the charge. Oh, had his pocket picked by Lionel Messi there. Messi immediately red shirts around him. He's not bothered. Caresses a pass into midfield. Enzo Fernandez finds Messi again in his twinkling white boots. Then that one goes astray. Arnautovic plays it back here into the Austrian midfield. That was Wimmer bringing it forward. Wimmer's going to get another go. Barged off the ball there, Wimmer, by Otamendi, who's come way up to the halfway line. Austria get a free kick. Time is ticking away for them. We're in the 89th minute of the game, and it's still Argentina who lead 1-0.
Yeah, that was a bit lax from Lionel Messi, wasn't it, giving the ball away to Arnautovic, but Austria just haven't made the most of the ball in that final third.
Be hearing the thoughts of Guillaume Balaguer after the game. EuroLeague's Guillaume Balaguer, as ever, in a resplendent floral shirt. Cross comes in from the Austrian left flank over the head of Arnautovic, caught easily by Emi Martinez. 90th minute of the game. Lionel Messi's 4th goal of this World Cup is winning it for Argentina. Gonzalez has popped up in some great spots here for Argentina. Centre circle, controls it, fouled. Referee's going to play advantage here. Messi quickly onto it, whips the pass out to the left-hand side. Here they come. Julian Alvarez into the penalty area, onto his right foot. Wall of red shirts in front of him. Plays it back to Enzo Fernandez. Always scanning. I'm looking for Messi. There he is, inside right channel, edge of the box. Still at walking pace. And Argentina has slowed it down and come back again towards the halfway line. Otamendi to his right, and Molina. Otamendi now across to the left-hand side to Lisandro Martinez. Austria come up the pitch. Chukwuemeka goes chasing. Romero to McAllister. McAllister across the halfway line. Forward there from Enzo Fernandez. Tagliafico on the charge for Argentina. Gonzalez in space on his left-hand side. Takes a touch with his left foot. Drops a shoulder. Fouled, I think. Caught by Wimmer. Edge of the box. 5 yards up from the byline. Left-hand side. 5 minutes, I think that was, of added time at the end of the game. And Argentina lead Austria 1-0.
Yep, and just where you want to be. You're an Argentinian player. Gonzalez winning the free kick. No rush for it to be taken. Got to say, I think McAllister's had a really solid game in that midfield area for Argentina. Hasn't really got in front of the ball too many times. Just sat in front of the back four and broke the play up and kept the ball moving.
That's not Shakira on the big screen this time. That's Lionel Messi. Close up at the number 10. Baggy black shorts with the light blue stripes. It's one of the best kits, Argentina's. You cannot argue that. It is just iconic. And there he is, Messi. Shirt untucked. Calls Enzo Fernandez towards him as a decoy. Crosses with his left foot deep to the far post. That's headed away. Lisandro Martinez is going to have to chase, but Chukwuemeka will get there first for Austria. Down the left-hand touchline. A couple of players go tumbling. Play continues. 4 minutes of the game left. Guillaume Balaguer will be joining us for post-match discussion. Steve Crossman picking up, building up towards France-Iraq, which kicks off at 10 UK time this evening. John Murray and Paul Robinson live from Boston tomorrow with commentary of England-Ghana, which kicks off at 9. Foul in the centre circle. Paredes booked. He walks off in a huff, slaps his thighs in frustration. Always remember it was him. Do you remember in that Netherlands-Argentina game at the last World Cup, he whacked the ball into the Netherlands dugout and it all kicked off. Do you remember that? 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go in the game. Paredes is booked. Free kick for Austria. Can they find a way back and steal Messi's moment? Messi chases the header out of his own penalty area. Nodded forward by Sabitzer. Now then, Alvarez looking to get away in the middle. Referee says that's another free kick. This one against Otamendi.
Yeah, it's a handball, wasn't it? The ball just popped up a little bit. This is it for Austria. They have to make something of this free kick. It's very straight though, the position. You think they'll try and work an angle for the cross. This has to be exact.
Some traditional national costume picked up, worn by 3 Austrian fans in the stands. Free kick for their team, floated into that Argentine penalty area. Good header from Danzo, flicked header wide, not moving at great pace. Martinez had it covered.
Wimmer, wasn't it?
Goal kick.
It's a brilliant leap. Beyond the 6-yard line from Danzo, heads the ball back into a dangerous area, and Wimmer gets the run. And I think Otamendi, and just for a second, he thinks it's heading into the far corner. And it drifts a yard wide of Emi Martinez's right-hand post.
Incredible sound, sight as well inside this stadium. Argentine fans, thousands of them in song, flags being slowly waved above their heads. Still defending for their team to do. Here's Sabitzer on the left, didn't see an option in the middle, comes back to Chukwuemeka. Flick pass from Pras down the left. Chukwuemeka's got pace and actually gets there, deals with that. Comes back to Sabitzer. Sabitzer passes back here to Schlager. Schlager's cross brilliantly blocked by Paredes. Now then, Messi on his own, wide on the right, ball at his feet. Desperate Austrian defenders chasing. What a pass! What a pass into Alvarez. Couple of touches saved by Schlager. Rebound comes out. Paredes finds Messi. Leave it to me, says Messi. Dribbles. 4 defenders in his way. Hits the shot. It's inevitable. The Argentina fans explode again inside the Dallas Stadium. Lionel Messi is not to be denied. Another World Cup goal for the little maestro, and you cannot see him now. He has disappeared. He is surrounded by teammates and coaching staff. Everyone, a bundle of bodies in the blue and white. And Lionel Messi, incredibly, has his 5th goal of this World Cup, wins the game for Argentina. 4-5 defenders in his way. The first shot was blocked. Lionel Messi found a way through. Argentina 2, Austria 0. 18 World Cup goals for Messi.
And there'll be a fair few more with the form that he is in. I mean, first of all, he did brilliantly, didn't he, on the break to find Julian Alvarez. Switch of play, wonderfully weighted. Alvarez drives into the box on the left-hand side, gets a shot off, that's blocked, and Messi follows it up. And it's brilliant last-ditch defending. Initially takes a touch, tries to go around Schlager, and it's blocked. I think it may be Lima, but he blocks the ball, and it's Sievold actually who just puts the ball back into Messi's path, who's lethal with his left boot. Rockets into the back of the net, and Messi, the Lone Star in the Lone Star state. Another 2 goals. You say 5 in total, job done, and that's Argentina qualified.
Lionel Messi, last back to the halfway line. Wouldn't say hobbling. The closest he's come to an injury there is being piled on by his teammates after the goal, but brilliant from him. Picked the ball up on the right-hand side on the counter, knew he didn't have the pace to do it alone from there. Found the pass, kept running. Couple of chances inside the box. What a tournament he is having. Trying to win back-to-back World Cups for Argentina. And here they come again. Messi is on the ball, just inside the Austria half. Loses Seival easily. Messi speeding forward, weaving. Half tackled, then he stopped, then he wins the free kick now. Here we go, and listen to the noise. The fans recognise it, Chris. 25, maybe a bit more, 30 yards out. Could be on for another Messi hat-trick here.
I'm not going to say he couldn't. Of course he could.
So what are we going to do here? Lionel Messi immediately stands ready to strike if he can. I mean, surely there is only one thing happening here. This is the last kick of the game. Argentina have won the game. They're through to the last 32. They've got a free kick. About 30 yards.
Paredes is over the ball as well, isn't he? Do you think he's saying, can I have it, Lionel?
I don't think so. Lionel Messi. What a man, what a magician. What a privilege to watch him live at his 6th World Cup, carrying his team on his shoulders again. Surely he can't do it this time. From the free kick, goes low, just wide. Couple of yards wide of the right-hand post, but cleverly tried to fool the goalkeeper. And there's the full-time whistle. There's the roars from the Argentina fans. And once again, we are treated to a Lionel Messi masterclass. The one blot on the copybook, the missed penalty early in the game, but a fabulous, precise finish to get Argentina 1-0 in front. And then the killer moment, deadly right at the end, on the counter-attack. His pass that got it going, continued his run. Austria defenders all over the place. They were never going to stop him. He found a way through. He scored 2. He's got 5 in the tournament. And Argentina are through to the last 32. Chris Sutton.
Yep, Messi magic once again for Argentina. But it's not just his goals. Of course it's his goals, but it's his contribution to the team, the way he knits things together. He's the guy, the little guy for the big moments. Absolutely scintillating in Dallas here. And Argentina, it's job done. They are the masters, the absolute masters of finding a way. A super streetwise team, and just simply too good for Austria.
5 goals scored in the tournament, all by one man. Wears number 10 on his back in the light blue and white stripes. And as Chris Sutton quite rightly says, that game all about magical Messi moments.